folks, welcome back. So, here we are. Whoops, where did my magic wand go? There we are. Here we are at April 2nd, 2023, or March 33rd. See, if there wasn't a month of April and there were more than 31 days in a month, today would be March 33rd or 333. Now, most of you don't know about what the spiritual realm and what they celebrate on 333. But it's also known as April 2nd or the day after, fools. Okay? There's two different ways of looking at things, okay? Technically, today could also be March 33rd, which would be 3/33/2023. Ta-da! For those of you who are numerologists, do some math. You'll find out something amazing. Anyway, good to see you folks here tonight. Welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. Everything's running smooth. That little intro was short and sweet because it wasn't sweet. Okay, so let's put this loop into motion here, and we'll let this play for just a second because I didn't have something ready again. So bear with me as we just, come on, loop. Let me just zoom it in a little tighter for you if it'll let me. There we go. All right, watch that loop for just a second. I'll be right back. Oh, I was trying to start a little bit sooner for you folks. I like numerology, and I was trying to start it at 1, 2, 3. Get it? 1, 2, 3. We are currently having a storm right now. The wind is, I'd say, 45 to 50 miles an hour right now, blowing snow sideways. So, yeah, our weather took a turn today. We'll be looking at the forecast here in a little bit because tomorrow's event is going to be, how do I put this? It's already starting. There is currently a live streaming tornado channel right now, streaming live, chasing thunderstorms and hail cores that are doing a lot of damage. So even if the tornadoes don't sprout out of it, the hail is going to do massive damage and the high winds as well. Let me adjust some lighting here. I wasn't ready. I thought it was, but it wasn't. Just unplug a couple of background lights. Minimize the glare on the screen. Yeah, it should do a little bit better. Okay, hopefully there's a few more people here. Well, oh, looks like we chased them all off. Good. Good, I only want the hardy, the few, the proud. Like civilian Marines, if you know what I mean. People that are ready to do their civic duty. Anyways, as we continue here, you can see this event over here. We captured an object right there, and we will go freeze frame on that, zoom in on it, frame by frame, all the great stuff that we do around here. So let's pause it right there, back it up a little bit. This is later on in the day, and it didn't look like there was much other stuff, but let's just cover this event while we're here. So you can see it's emerging from behind the occulter here. It's nice and bright. It's got a lot of plasma with it. Over here, you can't really see it. It's kind of faint, right? But it has a bunch of plasma around it. And as you can see it emerge over here, here is our round black spheroid object. Whoops. Let me go back to this frame and zoom in for you guys. And it has plasma draping over the top of it, and you will see it nice and clear here. Okie dokie. So, as you can see, here is our round object. There is plasma still draping over the top and squirting off the sides right here. There appears to be another object right here or here that have also grabbed plasma. So this looks like a 3-object event. This one you can clearly see. Let's go forward a tad. Oh, you know what I can do? I'll just use my arrows here. I might shift a little bit as we go. Pull it over again. Pull it over. All right, so that event, there's a good shot of it moving out of frame. There it goes. All right, so you can see that this event, back up, took some plasma with it. You can see at least one of our objects nice and clear right there. Let me slide this down just a tad bit more for you folks. There we go. We'll leave it right there. Gotta crank on some heat now. Since I opened up the door, it dropped 15 degrees. So is that wormwood rotating around our sun? No, that is not wormwood. I will show you wormwood if you would like to see it. It is not a pretty sight. It is a scary motherfucking object, okay? And I try not to show it too much because it scares the shit out of everybody. But we will go there tonight if you would like to. So here's our event unfolding. Let's just wrap up this part of the report because there's not much here to see except for that object, okay? We'll back out, we'll pull it down, and we'll proceed. So boom, boom, boom. That one moves out of the frame. You can see what appears to be another little jet forming over here. Okay, now we went all the way through. This is the first frame, 024, the opening frame of the loop. So we're going to, we're going to proceed forward, 3648. Okay, we're proceeding forward. Note something appears to be moving into the sun right here. Okay, I backed it up. Opening frame, watch right here. Watch as this dark object enters into the frame, into the sun. There it goes in. We have a little something going on here. Another little object. See, look how the instrument reacts to this right here. All right, this is an object that's grabbed plasma. It's not just some little CME. It's something that has ionized plasma around it. Okay, so as it moves on out, there's another one. Here comes something else. Oh, this is our object. Now you can see in the opening frame here, it's two. There's two side by side that have grabbed a bunch of plasma. They look like a pair of testicles. Anyways, as these two that are side by side emerge, there's a third one, almost like a 3-ball rack in a pool. If you were to have, you know, a triangle-shaped configuration with one and two opposing ones or whatever. Okay. So as that event expires and moves out of frame, you can see it taking plasma with it. It's stretching spaghettification of the plasma. Okay, all right, so there's that. Stereo A didn't capture much, so now we will go on and move forward with our report. And remind me in the chat before, if I forget, to go over and I will show you, I'll show you Nemesis is what it is. And it's it is our binary twin, probably, that's burned out. Okay, so back over here, let me adjust the screen a little bit. We're back at our instrument. Now, do you notice a difference in these? What happened here? How come it's so short and so small? Okay, so if this is the planet eclipsing the satellite, what, did it only halfway eclipse it, or what happened here? It decided to kind of stop and just come out again? I don't get it. This is not jiving at all with what the scientific community's weak excuse for this reading is. And the more this happens, the weaker their excuse becomes. Because I have correlating paranormal events that are correlating with these, and this is the 33rd day in a row of this shit. Okay? It's getting fucking old. I'm sorry. It's excruciatingly painful, and it's getting old. And here we are 33 days in a row that are having a freaking heart attack and dying, and then coming back to life. And do it again the next day. Oh, man, I sound like I'm complaining. I'm sorry, folks. Let's just move. Let's go deeper. Sorry. Going deeper. I just don't like their excuse. Their explanation. It can be that. That's very well could be the case, but two things can be possible at the same time. And I'm done trying to explain that to everybody. It's just getting so old. Anyways, you can see that all three of our instruments here not showing anything except back here. All right, so they're not showing the current drop. And we're missing the red line, the go 16 long. I mean, that's like the friggin' most important one, and it's missing. Oh, I wonder why, because when it's in there, it looks like this. That's why, and they don't want you seeing this. I don't know why they haven't blacked this out, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Maybe because they all figure you'll all be suckers and fall for their lame-ass excuse. And I'm not saying a certain person or a certain channel. I'm just saying the scientific community and their excuse for what's going on here. I want them to explain duration. I want them to explain these taperings in different directions, the shorter height or shorter depth, let's say. Shorter depth, inconsistencies. I look for consistency. I want facts. I look for consistency. If it's not there, your explanation sucks. Anyways, sorry. Let's move on. No, we can't move on. There's other stuff here to report. I'm sorry. I'm in a lot of pain, I guess. Been an excruciating day today. Absolutely excruciating. I see why it's happening to me, because I don't think any of you folks could handle this craziness. Here we are at our auroras, okay? They are still strong and healthy and glowing. They're not reaching too far south, thankfully, but we are still having aurora activity. This is an indication of radiation still hitting our magnetosphere and getting directed to the poles, okay? I would like to see this die down or disappear, but that ain't gonna happen. If anything, it's gonna be turning different colors here soon, like yellow and red and all that great stuff. We'll see more auroras down in the lower 48. Shit, that last one ended up in Florida. Okay? They had auroras in Florida. I want you to think about that for a second. Wrap your brain around the auroras going all the way down like that. That electromagnetic disturbance is... That reminds me. Let's go over here to Mr. MBB333. Oh, what? Mr. MBB what? 333? I wonder if he knows about March 33rd. Probably not. Anyways, I want you guys to come over here and watch his report. This report is on this red halo, and I'm just going to do a brief little segment of this for educational purposes only, okay? I don't make money off this. I am not monetized. I am using somebody else's material for educational purposes, and then I am telling my viewers to go over to this channel if you have not yet and subscribe and give this man a like. He works very hard at what he does. See that? See that thumbs up? It's not too hard to do. Now, let's play this. My volume? Oh, here, sorry. What happened to my volume? Let's back it up. And something went wrong here. So, there we go. Let's go to this. Oh, I get it. There's something else in the background. Sirens. Oh, it's a video. Never mind. There we go. That's out of there. Now, hopefully we can play this. I want you to pay close attention to this, folks. Right here, let me large screen it for you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going over to Italy, where probably one of the best photos ever taken, what they call an ELV. This is an EMP that occurred back on March 27th, 2023. Oh, this is an EMP that occurred back on March 27th, 2023. Oh, this is an EMP that occurred back on March 27th, 2023 above Italy. We're going to come back and take a look at this rare event here in just a moment. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Cynthia H. out of Grand Rapids,
All right, that's all I want to show you.
I received a photo of a bright pink sky.
All right, so I want you to go over there and watch this right here. This was over Italy, okay? This is an electromagnetic halo or ring in the sky, okay? This is a sign of the electromagnetic disturbances that we're about to see here ramp up more and more, okay? So start looking up. You're going to start seeing stuff like this, and this isn't the first time. I think Dabu 7, if you know who he is. Dabu 777, there we go, 3 sevens. How about that? Go over to his channel. He has another video from like 6 years ago when a similar event like this happened, okay? And this radiation that's coming in off the sun, these exotic particles, these exotic waves, these, what am I looking for here? Exotic particles. Let's just stick with that for right now, okay? And when I say exotic, I mean more than just the periodic table. Okay, we're talking spiritual realm exotic. How about that? Okay, so come over here, watch this report, sub, ring the bell, give that man a thumbs up if you haven't already. I meant to report on this the other night, but we're getting to it finally. I have so much on my plate, I can't even keep up. I need a friggin' team, and I need a lab and a computer base and a studio. Oh my god. Never mind. We're doing just fine like this. So, here we go. That's your rare elf, or what they call it, an elf. Let me just play this one more time.
Going over to Italy, where probably one of the best photos ever taken of what they...
That's something I wanted to point out too. This was taken over Italy. This is also a sign from God, okay? When you see shit like this in the sky, watch out, Italy. I'm telling you, when this is an EMP over Italy. Does that even register? This is a friggin' EMP over Italy. Watch out, Italy. This is a sign. Something big is going to happen to Italy, okay? Watch out. I'm calling it now. I know how God works, and I know what signs are, and this is another sign, okay? It's what I am telling you guys. If some of you have put the pieces together, and you've seen the picture on the puzzle. Others have connected the dots, and they've seen the bigger picture, if you know what I mean. Okay, we're in that time now. And this is a sign, especially a halo shape. Get it? Halo, divine, realm, a red halo, not a white one, but a red halo. Wrap your brain around that. It wasn't green, it wasn't blue, it wasn't purple, it wasn't yellow, it wasn't orange, it wasn't white, it wasn't any other color of the spectrum. It was frickin' red. Red alert. Red alert. I'm surprised this thing didn't start blinking off and on, getting brighter and dimmer, and just like a signal in the sky saying red alert, okay? So this is radiation coming in, which creates this halo, okay? This is an EMP. You people get your EMP devices, okay? It's no joke. Unfortunately, my family doesn't believe, and we're naked. So, for those of you who care and are preppers or whatever, we're already experiencing EMP events. If an event like this happened over the United States, it could knock out the power. We don't need the Chinese or any freaking moron to launch an EMP over the country. God's gonna do it, so hold on. All right, this is not a joke, all right? This shit is really happening, okay? And like I showed you in all of my videos, Jesus in the clouds, this is not a joke. This is another sign. When you see stuff and you look up, he told you, when you see this and you see that, look up. So when you look up and you see anything that is out of the ordinary, out of the normal, that would be, quote, paranormal activity, paranormal activity, there's also other meanings in it. Listen, God works in multiple dimensions with multiple meanings. This has a meaning to it. It's more than just the ions hitting the atmosphere, creating a halo, which it is doing physically, but the spiritual realm is now manifesting in the spiritual realm is now manifesting in the physical world. I have shown you plenty of examples of the physical world being bombarded, okay? And I will show more if that's what you like. So, ow. Oh, ow. So, now, ow. We're gonna do this real quick. Give me a minute here. Just play it. Oh, God, please. Why is this happening right now? I'm trying to go live. Alright, just watch that for a few minutes, folks. I'll be right back. Ow. Oh, shit. Oh, was that something? Oh, I thought I saw something. Oh, mercy. Oh, mercy. Yeah. Ow. I heard it. Okay. Oh, ow, ow. Please forgive me. Like I just said, it's been an excruciatingly painful day. Screw this for a minute. We're putting this on pause. We're going over to see what's causing all this. All right, you guys ready? Everybody, get your freaking diapers on. Grab your toilet paper, because what I'm about to show you is probably going to scare the shit out of you. Okay? I don't mean to do this. I'm not trying to scare the shit out of you, but it's time you guys know, okay? No more fucking around. It's time you guys know. All this is wonderful stuff. Faces in the clouds. Here's Jesus in the clouds. I'll show you that here in a second. But what I'm going to show you is Nibiru and Nemesis. And I have just mountains of evidence. All this is all miracles, every single one of them. There's stuff going on in your clouds that you guys have no clue. You guys, well, some of you have a clue. You've seen my videos. Please, Lord, help me. Okay, I'll do it your way. Yes, sir, right there. You were right. I should listen.
Welcome back, folks. First off, I'd like to, well, as it starts to move away, you'll see it cause a third flare. Boom.
Okay. This is going to have to work differently, so let me adjust a couple of studio things here. I need to either scoot you guys. No, I'll just pull this back to right about here. It's all about tint too. Okay, we want to get the tint just right so you guys can see this. Now, something I need to explain to you. I am not a Nibiru guy. All right, I've seen UFOs ever since I was a little kid, okay? UFOs are real, and they followed me since a little kid, since I was tiny. And I always studied them and was a ufologist, okay? I was a big-time ufologist. I had a group in my hometown of people that would show up at the beach at 2, 3 in the morning with their binoculars, telescopes, infrared. I mean, we had everybody there. We got busted by 4 cops one night that shoot us all off the beach, and one of the cops ended up seeing something and came back a couple nights later when we were out there again, off duty, out of his uniform, and came up to me and went, "Hey Brian, where are they at tonight?" And I'm like, "They're over in that quadrant of the sky." "Did you bring binoculars?" "Oh yeah, I brought my binoculars." So the sheriff saw it, okay, and now he's a believer. All right, so before I go into this, I was never a big Nibiru guy. I see all these clowns pointing their shit at the sun, getting lens flares. "Oh, I got Nibiru." No, retard, you captured a fucking lens flare. All right, is what you did. This is not a lens flare. This is NASA's coronagraph. I explained to you the corona of the sun and how we use this instrument to see the corona. It blocks out the sun with an occulter so you can see the freaking corona. Now, I am sorry, I am on fire, in a lot of pain, and I might let some F-bombs fly. I already have, so I apologize. There's going to be more. I'm sorry. Fair warning, I'll try to bite my tongue with no teeth left. I bit out all my teeth in pain. Yeah, bit out all my teeth. Wonderful, isn't it? Anyways, what I've been showing you are these dark objects, okay? This is the dark object right here. Now I want you to look closely at how there's a halo of plasma all the way around it, okay? There is also plasma draping around the front side. You remember, this is a spheroid object, okay? It has plasma draping from the top of it, down the front of it, to the bottom of it. It also has a magnetic field line loop, electric magnetic connection all the way from the southern pole of the sun coming out, connecting, going over, making its connection across this, going over and connecting back to the north pole of the sun. It is all one circuit right here. Can you see that? Can you grasp what's happening in this picture? Then, I have had enough of playing games. What are we doing, Lord? How are we doing this? Oh, that way. Sure, we can do it that way. That works too. Okay, right here, well, right about there. I want you to look closely, listen closely, and pay attention. The black object has the halo of plasma around it and what appears to be a plasma wing pointing back in this direction. It looks like a horn. If you cock your head to the right at about this angle, because it's sitting at about this angle, okay, you will see the other horn coming off and wrapping back and pointing around, just like this one. It's on this side. It's just a little faint. But with my friggin' pointer out of the way, you should be able to see what I'm talking about. Let's just give a round of wedge here. My stock car driver got ran off the track right as I got home to catch the closing laps, so I am tickled pink today. Yeah, I'm complaining because my driver didn't win. Yeah, whatever. I'm lucky to have a roof over my head and food in my belly, so let's get back to business here, because this is a business. This is not a joke. I want you to note that. Let's take the round of wedge out real quick as we note the date. The date. This is September 10th of 2017. So what, Brian? So what? Well, this happens to be 13 days before the Revelation 12 star alignment. The woman draped with the sun and the moon at her feet and a crown of 12 stars. The miracle that was forecasted 2,000 years ago in the Bible fucking came true in the stars, in front of everybody, in front of the whole world, and everybody batted an eye and went on to the next headline like it was nothing. Oh, that was cool. A star alignment. Next thing. Dude, it only happens once, ever. Go look at the stellarium. That's how they discovered it. That event only happens once, ever. And it's a celestial signpost. It means when you see this alignment from your perspective, that configuration from that perspective, that means you are close to the end, motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? This happened 2 weeks before the Revelation 12 star alignment. Now I'm going to pull out the Bible. Where is my... Lord, help me right now. I am... Oh, here. It's my briefcase. I travel everywhere with a Bible. I have to for protection. All right. Now... I want to go to Revelation 12. Any of you guys know the Bible? Any of you read it? You guys know what Revelation 12 is? I sure hope you do. Because it's happening all around you. It's happening all around you guys. But it is physically happening to me. That's a whole different thing, dude. It's a whole different animal. It's scary as hell. In fact, I've been to hell quite a few times lately. And let's just say I know who runs the show down there. I know who runs the show up here. I know who runs the show up above. Okay? Now, let's go to Revelation 12. The woman and the dragon. Okay? In the Revelation, it says, a great and wondrous sign appeared in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant, and she cried out in pain as she was about to give birth. That was the planet Jupiter in her belly. You know what? Shit, I'm going to go show that video next too. But slow down, Brian. Okay. So, let's continue on with the Revelation. Now, it says she was about to give birth. Then another sign appeared in heaven. An enormous red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns on his heads. His tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to where? The earth. Not the moon, not to Mars. It flung them to the earth. Then the very next sentence says, the dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth so that he might devour her child the moment it was born. Listen closely. The dragon stood in front of the woman. The term in front, the Jewish text, if you guys are researchers, go research what that word means. In front of. It stood before the woman. In front of the woman. It stood 13 days before the woman. It stood 13 days in front of the woman. Okay? This is the other sign because it says, then another sign appeared. Everybody saw the woman. They saw the one sign, but they didn't see the dragon. Everybody's like, oh, Nibiru's the dragon. It's going to show up then. Well, it did. But all you dummies fucking missed it. God showed this to me, and I was just blown away. I was blown away because there's more. Okay? This is just the stellar core that's orbiting a nemesis. And I'm just going to play this video, let it describe real quick. Basically the same shit I just said. But here we're going to play this, and then I want you to grab your ankles and kiss your ass goodbye here.
Here's our object right here. Looks like Nibiru. It's got a wing coming off on this side and a wing coming off on that side. And that's not all. Because behind that is this big object right here. This is what's causing our flares. Here's a conduit of plasma that is sucking off of our sun, going into this planet. Here's a damage ring or an impact zone on this planet right here. You can see Nibiru sticking out in front of it here.
Okay. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this object? If you can't, let me just point out one more time like I did in the video. The object is this spheroid right here. Okay? It's so big and so dense that it bends and absorbs light. It does not reflect light. When it doesn't reflect light, it cannot be seen. You cannot see it with the naked eye because it doesn't reflect light. It absorbs light. It's the stellar core of a dead star. Our binary twin, most likely, okay? I'm just going to say our binary twin, okay? Because that's really what it is. It's dead. That's why they thought we were a single sun system when everybody else is a binary system. No, idiot, we're a fucking binary system too. It's just a burned out star. And this is the core. This is just the core. This star was huge. This star was way bigger because the core, just the core, the dead core, I'll go into this, the physics of this matter in a minute. This is the dead core of a burned out star. It is super depleted of energy. It is sapping anything it can for electrons and photons so it can come back to life and reignite. When it goes by the sun, it reaches and latches onto the sun and pulls plasma off of it. As it's pulling, this magnetic field is so fucking strong. When it strips plasma off, the plasma hits this like and drapes over it. See how it's draping over this side of the sphere right here? This little glowing segment is part of the face of the sphere. The sphere is the back part of that line going around. So do you see this splash of like water, almost a splash of plasma draping over it? Like an invisible table. You cannot see it, right? It's invisible. It's a table. But if you took a tablecloth and threw it over that invisible table, it would drape over the corners, it would drape over the edges, and it would paint the contour of the object underneath. Thus, the table, it would paint the table. You would be able to see the invisible table when it is painted by something else, right? Well, the only way you can see this object is when it passes by the sun, and the sun, it latches onto the sun and rips plasma off. That plasma drapes over the object, painting it, illuminating it a little bit so you can see it. Okay, now, if you're having trouble seeing this image, it's because it's two-dimensional. All right, we are looking at a spheroid, a three-dimensional object, a three-dimensional event, okay, on a two-dimensional screen. So what I have done when I was in prison, I spent some time drawing in from my mind, from my recollection of what I saw, right? Because I didn't have this image to reference. So this is what I drew for people to get reference from. I have to block out some light real quick. Let me just do this real quick. Yeah, that'll block out the light. Now, let me put some 4 light on it. Alright. And this is, here, let me pull back. This is the depiction of what's going on there. Alright. I made the wings a little too big on Nibiru there, but this is the three... Oh, come on, Lord. Just help me. This is a three-dimensional depiction of what's happening. And this object is big. It's black. The sun, this is a conduit of plasma. It's stripping from the North Pole to the South Pole of the sun. This conduit goes in here, and it spreads out when it hits the surface, okay? And when it spreads out in a circular fashion, right? This circle ring right here is called an impact zone, all right? This whole area is an impact zone, and on the edge is a damage ring, okay? That damage ring is like a wall of fire, probably hundreds of miles high or whatever, from plasma slamming into this, spreading out and erupting in a huge solar wave that propagates across and around this whole object. Okay? Both of these objects are made of dark matter. Okay? It's matter that's in a phase that is super depleted of electrons and photons. So when you strip an electron off of an atom, it changes it, okay? When you strip the proton out of it, which is an electrical charged particle, you're left with a neutron, okay? This fits the description of a neutron star. Okay, it's the burned out core of a star that is so massive that it bends and absorbs light. It also matches the description of a black hole. Okay? So, you are looking at a black hole. I want you guys to understand something, and I want you to hear me loud and clear. A black hole is not a fucking hole in the space-time continuum like they teach you on Star Trek or whatever kind of bullshit, okay? A black hole is a stellar core, a burned-out core of a star that is so massive that it bends and absorbs light. I'm going to pull out... Where is it? I am done playing the game. Hang on. You guys will like this. Where to put it? There it is. I like to keep this book on my coffee table for the police and psychiatrists that like to visit me, because they're too lazy to go look or wrap their brains around something. They're still stuck in the paradigm of bullshit that you were taught in school. Okay. How am I going to do this, Lord? We're going to prop it up on that and pull the laptop down. Okay, so, I guess I got to do that. Let me just fling my magic wand all over the place. I have to pull that down somehow. So where am I going to stash it for the second? Oh, I know. I'm pulling up a book real quick. I want you guys to read along with me just real quick, and we'll get back to serious business here, about a black hole. Okay, so we're pulling this down for a second, Lord, because I want to prop up the book. Oops, that's okay. Where'd that go? That's the power cord. Oh, please come back to me. Alright, anyways, hopefully it comes back. Oh, great. I just shut off the computer. Let me go get this up here. Alright. Let's see here if this is picking this up. Oh, great. Turn the computer off. It should have stayed on. Why did it go out? Oh, well. I'm going to read along with you here. I want you to read with me the definition of a black hole. And we got a couple of definitions to read here. So I have to move this and this and this. Alright, we're improvising now, folks, so just bear with me here. Alright, because I want you guys to read along here with me. How about we get some different light now? Background light. There we go. Maybe that'll work a tad bit, because the glare is killing my idea. Shooting it down. Why did my computer stop? Alright, anyways, a black hole. Where is it? Right here. Right up here. Okay, right where the glare is. So, Well, yeah. Screw my idea. I guess I'm not gonna have as much luck at this as I expected, but I'm still gonna try. Anyways, you guys are bearing with me. Anyways, the black hole, shit, just put it there. Just this. Can we zoom in on this? Oh, whoa, we can. Alright, easy, fat fingers. Alright, just around the wedge. We're almost there, folks. I just prop it up so I can read it to you because this is an important definition, alright? And I think you'll understand why I went through all this to get this definition for you guys. Alright? What is this? Oh, okay, cool. The computer came back to life in the background. Alright. Is it fitting in there? Okay. Where's my pointer? There it is. So, black hole right here. Let's see if we can get just a tad bit better light on it, Lord. Without glaring the hell out of everything. There, that's a little bit better. Alright, so a black hole. It says a black hole is a super dense point in space formed by a collapsing stellar core more than 5 times the mass of the sun. A black hole's gravity is so powerful that even light cannot escape from it. Okay? So, this is a very qualified book. Alright? This is not your average little school textbook. Okay? You cannot find this anymore because all these definitions they don't want you knowing anymore. Basically. Okay? I bet you Ben at Suspicious Observers would die to have this book right here. Because this got millions of great shots. I got thumbnails forever in this book. Anyways, something else I wanted to read to you is the definition of a brown dwarf, because this thing fits the definition of a lot of different things. So let's rehash black hole. So a black hole is not a hole in the space-time continuum. You cannot go through a black hole. A black hole is a super dense stellar core that's more than 5 times the mass of the sun. Okay? That's what a black hole is. A black hole, again, listen closely. A black hole is a super dense stellar core that's more than 5 times the mass of the sun. A black hole's gravity is so powerful that even light cannot escape from it. Okay? So, we are looking at a black hole, you guys. It is also a, where did it go here? Turn this here off for a second. It's also a neutron star. And where did that go? Oh, where'd it go? Probably in the end section right there, huh? Is that it? Is it too low for the camera? Alright, well then we will drop the round wedge out and pull back. So you can see nebula, and down below nebula is neutron star here. Oh, maybe I'll drop the camera a tad bit. Make you guys all sideways for a second. What, you guys drunk tonight? No. No, that's good. Alright, so nebula, neutron star. Why isn't it still not getting a neutron star part? Oh, pull back a little bit more. Alright, I'm just going to have to read it for you anyway. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get you guys to see this as well so you can read it too. Maybe when you go back on replay, it will show up a tad bit better. There we go. So, neutron star is the collapsed core of a heavyweight star. Okay, a heavyweight star. That core was from a heavyweight star. So, a neutron star is the collapsed core of a heavyweight star left behind by a supernova explosion. A neutron star is the densest known object. Okay, it's the densest known object, just as dense as a black hole, all right, or if even denser. Though in most massive stars, the core can collapse past the neutron star stage into a black hole. Many neutron stars are also pulsars. This thing also fits the definition of a pulsar as well. Now we are going to go over here to dark nebula, right where my pointer is here, because this is very important. I want you guys to understand something, okay? We're a little astrophysics class right now, okay? So the dark nebula is a cloud of interstellar gas and dust that absorbs light and is only visible when silhouetted against a cloud of stars or another type of nebula. So let's simplify that a little bit, okay? A lot of this terminology can be simplified so it's easy to understand. The dark nebula, I'm not too worried about it being a dark nebula. What I'm talking about here is dark matter, all right? Dark nebula is a cloud of interstellar gas and dust. Gas and dust is matter, okay? It's matter that absorbs light and is only visible when silhouetted. Okay? It's only visible when silhouetted. It's matter, it's gas and dust. Gas and dust is matter. I don't give a shit what you guys say or whatever everybody else thinks. Gas and dust is just the same as matter. It's dark matter. All these clowns are looking for dark matter in a little quark or particle. No. It's a condensate. It collects other stellar cores, absorbs them, and gets bigger and bigger and has a stronger and stronger gravity. The bigger it gets, the more gravity it has. The more gravity it has, the bigger its electromagnetic field is. All right? It's pretty simple stuff. So, what we're looking at is dark matter. This object is a black hole, neutron star, brown dwarf, all of these, all wrapped into one. And it's dark matter because it absorbs light and is only visible when silhouetted, okay? Silhouetted. Only visible when silhouetted. Only visible when silhouetted. Okay, oh, not yet. Only visible when silhouetted. Do you see how the matter is silhouetting this dark matter object now? This is the dragon of Revelation, okay? This is the destroyer. This is Nibiru and Nemesis. There are many cultures thousands of miles apart and thousands of years apart that describe the same object, Nibiru. That's the one that they could see. They could never see what's back behind it. And if you look closely at the hieroglyphics, they refer to a silhouette with a black circle in it. They knew about this, they just couldn't see it. They could see the silhouette of it, but they couldn't see the object. Nobody saw this object. Everybody at NASA missed it. Everybody, JPL, all these fucking geniuses all missed it. Every single person missed it. Because God showed it to me. He said, everybody missed the dragon. They're all looking at the woman, they all miss the dragon. This thing has more than 5 times the mass of the sun. If you take this white circle represents the size of the sun, not the black circle. The black circle is the occulter on the camera that blocks out the sun, so it doesn't blind the camera. This white circle represents the size of the sun. Do you see the size of the sun compared to the size of this? This thing is still back at a 45-degree angle. Where is that fucking... Look at this. It's still back... Oh... There we go. It's still back at a 45-degree angle. So it's not perpendicular right next to the sun. So this is actually giving you a false size comparison because it's actually much bigger. It's still back behind the sun in this perspective. So when it gets side by side to the sun, it is so big it's 10 times bigger than the sun. Okay? We are in trouble. We are in deep shit. We are caught in the gravity well of the black hole, our binary twin. Now, something else I need to explain to you, something else about dark matter. This is going to be so easy for you. You guys are going to be the geniuses on the block, all right? You're going to be smarter than JPL. You're going to be smarter than these clowns at NASA. I'm teaching you about dark matter and showing it to you. Who else can show you dark matter? Think about it for a minute. Who else can show you the invisible? Yeah. So, this is September 10th, 2017. Let me just tell you something about this. It's bigger than the sun, okay? It's not going around the sun. We are going around it. The sun is the biggest mass in our solar system, right? It's like 98% of the mass of our solar system is the sun because it's so big, right? Well, if this thing is that much bigger than the sun, it can override and overpower the sun. Only something bigger than the sun can override and overpower the sun, right? Why is my mouse just dying now? Ow! Son of a bitch. Oh, man, why did that happen? Oh, somebody's pissed I'm exposing the fucking shit. Ooh, that was felt like getting electrocuted. Oh, my God. I wish there were some scientists here with the EKG machine, or what's the spirit box, the EVP. Probably would have broke the machine. Probably pinged it and broke all the buttons and everything on it. Oh, man. All right, sorry about that, you guys. So, this stuff happens sometimes. Let me just regain my composure here. So, where were we, Lard? Yes, we're explaining the size of this. So, it's much bigger. And then, something else I want to explain to you. If you took, just say you took an old-fashioned AA battery that's got copper wire in it, right? If you depleted that battery all the way down to zero, absolute zero, there's not an electron left in the thing at all. It is dead. It's been sitting on the ground for 10 years past dead, okay? It's beyond dead. Then, when the battery is totally depleted of all of its energy, you deplete it some more. Uh-oh, how is that possible? Well, you can. When you deplete it more, it changes phase. It changes into a new property that squeezes out all the protons and electrons, leaving neutrons behind. Okay? So imagine you take a little AA battery, you deplete it down to zero, and then you deplete it some more, and some more, and some more, and you super deplete that battery. The copper has now turned into a new phase, and we'll just call it popper instead. It rhymes with copper. So now we're dealing with popper. And popper pops because it's searching out any kind of electricity to suck it away from that and absorb it itself. It's trying to come back to a burning phase and come back to life and reignite. It might reignite if our sun supplies enough energy to it. It could also deplete the sun so bad that it goes dark for a few days, possibly. Almost like 3 days of darkness, or the sun turning black as sackcloth. Okay? This object has yet to move in between the sun and the earth, because it can squeeze in between us and the earth, between the sun and us. That's 93 million miles. This thing is not 93 million miles wide. It can easily go in between the sun and the earth. And when that happens, you don't want to be around for when that happens, okay? But I believe, since this thing has more mass than our entire solar system, that this is not rotating around the sun, we are rotating around it. We are in a 3,600 year orbit around it. It has more mass, right? And this isn't the only stellar core that's orbiting this big thing. There's a bunch of these little stellar cores orbiting this one. There's another one that's, I think, even bigger that's right next to it. That was the first blast that I never captured or reported on back then. But this is the sign that was promised in the Bible. And God showed this to me. This was sitting on my computer one day when I came home from running errands, and I had never turned my computer on that day, let alone clicked on anything. This image was sitting on my computer with a little message of, look deeper, there's more. So that is your Nibiru Nemesis Revelation 12 come true. That's the second sign in the Bible that everybody missed, okay? So somebody was asking about that. I hope that answered your questions. And guess what? You're dead. We're all dead. We are on borrowed time. We should have died back then in 17. Something happened in the spiritual realm that is now protecting you from this son of a bitch. And guess who that is? Guess who's protecting you from this? Maybe it's the person who knows about it, huh? Who understands what this is, huh? Little do you know, I'm protecting you guys. This dragon is on the seashore. That means it's right outside our atmosphere, just waiting for the cue. Waiting for me to give the go, if you know what I mean. So, everybody, this is what's really going on. I don't give a shit what the media tells you anymore. They're all a bunch of cowards. I don't see anybody. In fact, we're going to lose this country. And when it looks like Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and it's all ashes and the machines are rolling through, the survivors are going to be asking each other, what happened? You know, what everything was, they had all these buildings and freeways, and why'd they destroy it? What happened? What happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. It's called lack of courage. Lack of courage. We are all going to go down in flames, nuclear flames, not this way, because of a lack of courage to stand up to a bunch of lying, cheating, pedophile criminals that are in this administration. And I hope the three-letter agencies are listening really closely, because your little lead rooms don't work. I can hear every fucking thing you guys say. Mark my words in red. Get it? Now, let's back out of this. I was talking to the three-letter agencies, and the agent knows who he is. I won't say his or her name, because they're probably freaked out too. And with good reason. They should be. They should be thankful for some sacrifices that were made in order for you guys to live and eat and breathe and drink. It's not letting me out of this, so escape or something, control, do something, alternate something, get me out of this. Can I X out of this? Why is my mouse not working? Oh, we fried the mouse? Oh no, don't tell me. Yes, whoo, thank you. All right, we're out of here. Let's back out of this. Look at this forecast now, because we did not get to this yet. I got off on a tangent. It's so hard being ambidextrous and having two hemispheres fight each other for dominance of your thoughts. Quite an ordeal. Quite an ordeal I am going through. Anyway, let's get back to business here. Oh, that was business too, so I should adjust. You guys need a round wedge? Yes, you do. Put a round wedge in there, some fresh tires and fuel. Get you guys back out on the track. You're already a lap down. Let's get the lucky dog and get back in this game. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not going to do any other report on any other weather except for this system. This is the headline. This should be headlines right now. All right, so back up. So opening frame right now, there are thunderstorm activity going on Louisiana, Arkansas. I forget where it was. I was watching stuff. What was it? Pennsylvania got something. There was activity, wraparound activity still, and residual tail activity today. That was pop-up that wasn't really forecasted. Okay. Oh shit, Ryan Hall. That's right. God, thank you. Let me just pull this up real quick before I forget. Ryan Hall did a report today on this next storm, and I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet, but I can tell. I already know what he's going to be saying here. Where to go? Right here. This tornado outbreak will be different. Okay. This is a professional weatherman telling you this next tornado outbreak will be different. I haven't watched this, so I don't know what clip to pull out of it. So just come over here to Ryan Hall when I'm done here and you guys are still up. Come over here and watch this weather report about this next storm coming in. I'm just going to do my best at what I do. Oh, there was the Schumann had a big scrape too. I'm just going to do the best I can do to bring this weather report to you, this GFS model. Okay, so we're going forward right now. This is the event. It's still wet. It's still moving out. It could possibly still do stuff, even though there's not yellow in it. I don't trust it anymore. I don't trust a lot of these readings anymore, except for these progressions of these storms have been quite accurate. So here we go. We are into April 4th. This is 5 p.m. This will be 7 p.m. this time in this section of the country. So 7 p.m. on the 4th. Boom, here it comes. Now it's shifted this tornado path up to here now. We have huge icing, huge snow, huge weather, fires on the backside. Okay, this is this perfect storm I told you about the other night, or last night. Huge icing event now. More possible thunderstorms and tornadoes up and further north, up towards Michigan and Wisconsin area. Last time they showed this, it happened further south. I am telling you, screw this yellow patch and screw this yellow patch. This whole green area should be a yellow and red patch, okay? Everybody's under the gun here. There's no telling where these pop-ups will pop up anywhere. Okay, it's like tap dancing in a minefield without a map, okay? So this next event is going to be extremely deadly. It's going to lay down even more and even bigger storms than the last one. Here we are. This is 11 a.m. on April 5th. This is a 2-day event, you guys. This is just not going to just be a one and done. This thing is hanging out and sticking around to whoop your ass. Now, you can see that this has changed now. This last 3 frames, this yellow patch, okay, see it starting up there and there and there. Anywhere within 200 to 400 mile radius of this yellow thing is going to be under the gun as well. I want you to look at this. This is the fucking nuttiest shit I've ever seen, dude. All right, take a look. We have tornadoes right next to ice. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to say. Thunder snow, a snow-nado, an ice-nado, you don't want to know what I just heard him say. No, I cannot say that. I will not say that on the air. I will get kicked off for that. I can cuss, but I can't say that. Dude, you're nuts. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm laughing. This is no laughing matter. This is just no laughing matter. I'm telling you, fires on the backside. This whole dry patch right here. This is a dry line, okay? And a huge one. This one's just in nuts, okay? All this snow up here, all this ice, tornadoes and tornado activity right next to the ice, dude. Can you imagine a tornado spinning hail chunks 3 inches in diameter. Whoa, what happened here? Oh my God, I'm losing it. What are you doing? It's back. Alright, here we go. Technical difficulties. Oh no, they erased all my data! Right in the middle of my report, right when I'm trying to save lives, these fucking clowns gotta go erase the data. Look, it's all gone, you guys. See all this? All those cubes were just filled in. Alright. Well, I guess we move on to another instrument then. Oh man. That whole area is just gonna be under the gun. Purple alert, okay? The burgundy purple alert, a black alert. You guys never heard of a black alert, but black ops, sometimes we have to do stuff that's black, right? So that means death is involved, right? So a lot of death's going to be involved here. People that are, shit's already damaged is just going to come and pick it up and throw it, spread it even further. Now, can you imagine an F5 tornado that is filled with hail balls, 3 inches in diameter, and all kinds of other, great stuff that's picked up from the ground? Like, did you ever see that scene in Twister where they run into the barn and there's all those hay cutting utensils, blades, and stuff like that? Yeah, can you imagine all that stuff flying around? It's like being in a blender, okay? And what date was that? That was the 4th and April 5th. I saw somebody ask, what day was that? That was Michelle. They just erased it, but it was the 4th and the 5th. And here come 2 frames. But it's not close enough. They just uploaded 2 more frames, but it's not even close to our event. So we're going to move on. We have to come over here to the Schumann because we have activity now on the Schumann again. And wow, we're doing on time. Pull it closer. Come a little closer. Don't be shy. You can get a little closer to your big buddy Bry. All right. So you can see we have these screeches effects going on again. This is another absorption. Went to the core expanded, so did the shell. The shell can't expand outward because the pressure of the magma on top of it, squeezed in between the shell or the crust, won't release. That pressure in the magma won't release, so therefore the shell, when it does expand, it expands back down on the core. So the core rotating inside an expanding shell back down on it, they grind on each other, just like a bad pair of brakes, okay? So you got some old brakes on your car, and every time you step on the pedal, you hear grinding and squealing. Well, these are the squeals of those 2 metal surfaces rubbing on each other. Those high-pitched squeals, they're not high-pitched, they're actually ultra-low frequency. They're in the 0 range, 0 to 2 to 12 hertz range in that area, okay? So it's a low frequency that emits from the surface of the earth. And when it emits from the surface, it goes up outward into space, but then it hits our atmosphere, our ionosphere, and bounces back down as an echo. And that's what this instrument does, is it captures the echoes that are coming back down from the atmosphere. It's capturing the hum of the core spinning inside the shell. And that's what the 7.83 hertz is. That's our Schumann resonance. And for a long time, this instrument never had anything on it except a green line going across like that. Now that green line indicates our core humming along, supporting our magnetic field. When there is a stoppage of the core, or it gets slow and weak, that line gets weak, that's when our magnetic field gets weak, and a lot of exotic particles come slamming through the ionosphere, through the atmosphere. They go right into your head, and they hit your brain, and now you have a brain tumor, and you're crazy, you don't know it, but you have a brain tumor because all of this radiation is penetrating and getting to us. No, I didn't say you guys have a tumor in your head, but you can tell some people do, huh? Anyways, so this human is fucking with people's brains as well, okay? You're all going to have bipolar here pretty soon. As soon as this stuff ramps up and the Earth starts emitting gamma rays, your brains are going to be fried. And then when that huge magnetic field comes in, where did it go with it? What did I do with it? Oh, I covered it with something else. When we go by that object again, or when it, how do I put this, Lord? How do I put it? Don't say it yet. Okay, no. So, I'm not going to say it yet. You guys will figure it out. Let's come on over to our null school, because here's our shitstorm. Okay? The only saving grace out of this is now our cocktail is being mixed more offshore. Okay, remember I was telling you yesterday how the blending of this northern jet and southern jet, where they squeeze together and the cocktail gets mixed? It was back here off the west coast, and it slowly crept and crept and crept further and further east. It was here just a little while ago when we had our storm the other day. Now it's creeping further and further east. It was like here yesterday. Now it's divided and it's moving further this way. Okay, now when I put the winds back in, I want you to see as they converge where our convergence point is now. This upper stream is no longer slamming together with the southern stream. We have a bubble type ridge that is keeping them separated now, which is some good news. All right, good news in a way, still bad news for our storm. And there's a couple more frames. We'll come back to that. They're slowly uploading frames, so we'll get to we'll come back to it. Back to where it was. Null school. There we go. So good news is these are no longer blending together. There's a separation here. This little hump right here is just an increase in winds coming this way. We're following the flow, okay? Not necessarily the colors, the flow. We have an intense flow. We have a split jet right now, okay? Which is not good either, but at least they're not mixing together and blending cocktails, deadly cocktails, and slamming them at the East Coast. This is going to swoop that storm up. It's not going to change this storm at all. There it is. Oh, they're slowly uploading more. Okay, we'll come back to it. It's not changing the storm at all. Okay, what's going to change this storm is this right here. Come back to me. No, it's that one. What's going to change that storm is this activity right here. So, that's coming in starting on the 4th, right? Yeah, starting on the 4th. Let me pull back. It says here, starting on the 4th and through the 5th. So, we're going to come back here. Oh, right here. And we're going to go to what happened that's going to get here on the 4th and the 5th. So if we subtract 3 from the 4th, that'd put us at the 1st. If we subtract 3 from the 5th, that puts us at today. So on the 4th and 5th, when these God damn it, I was out of the screen. So the 4th and 5th will be these 2 days. Whatever happened here will hit on the 4th. Whatever happened here will hit on the 5th, right? Because you're adding 3 days to 1, 3 days to 2. So the 4th and the 5th. So let's click on this and see what to expect on the 4th. Oh, we had that huge event, didn't we? Didn't we? Oh, we had the fucking halo too. Pardon my French. They should speak English. All right. Back it out, so they can see, Brian, so they can see. Give them eyes to see, Brian. There you go. All right, so this is yesterday, April Fool's. We had the full halo heading the opposite direction, so we're not taking an impact from that halo, thankfully, but we are going to take this object right across our bow, okay? And it's at the, yep, it's right at about our latitude where we're positioned on the sun. We're not equal with the sun's equator. We're south of it, and that object came out south, and it will go in front and it might affect both hemispheres. And this is a multiple object one again. So it has stuff way down here and stuff way up here. This is going to affect both the north and southern hemisphere. On the 4th, when this passes by, don't be surprised if we see a not a gravity shift, but let's say a tidal retreat or a tidal surge. When, just like the moon causes tides, these objects, if they're close enough, when they pass by us, their magnetic field could latch onto ours and cause a tidal surge or a tidal retreat somewhere. Also, it's going to bring energy with it. Even though it doesn't show a CME, it's still bringing energy with it. It will cause auroras. It will cause more earthquakes. It will cause more volcanoes. It will cause all kinds of chaos tomorrow. Okay? No, the 4th. Sorry, the 4th. Okay? Now, we're going to back out of this and go to today, what we'll be seeing on the 5th, because it takes 3 days to get here, so 2 plus 3 will be showing up on the 5th. And we had our little event today that will be showing up on the 5th. So, what I'm really concerned about is not this one on the 5th. What I'm more concerned about is the energy coming off of April Fool's Day, this event right here. Let's go to stereo A on this event as well while we're here. I'm going to drop down to the first, stereo A. I need to make a couple of measurements here real quick. Where is it? That's it? Are you sure? Let's get a timestamp on this real quick, Lord. The event is time-stamped. Oops. Previous. It's from 3 to 5. 3 to 5. So let's come back here. 3 to... No, wrong one. 3 to 5 on the 1st. 3 to 5. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so... Oh, it's missing. Look at that. Son of a bitch. So, you see that? It went from 0:23, 23 seconds, to 9 hours. We're missing 9 hours of that event. I need that data. I was just about to pull out my protractor and take a measurement, because I have to do some calculations on this. This is... I'll have to go to another instrument later. Let's just continue on with our report. I'm lagging tonight. This has been all over the place tonight, huh, folks? All right, so let's earthquake it now. Where's my earthquake tab I pulled up? Gone? Fine, we'll just pull up a new one. All right, so let's pull up the earthquake. We had a 7.0, I think, today. I heard, where the heck? Oh, yeah. So let's go check out the 7.0 or whatever happened today, because I want to know where it happened. I'm sure it's probably one of our hot zones that we were talking about last night. Or maybe not. They've been in diverse places lately, haven't they, folks? Earthquakes in diverse places. Ring a bell? Come on, USGS, pull your head out. Come on. Let's get it on our proper stuff. Oh, whoa. Are you shitting me? Come on, close that out. I want this one right here. Ooh. Oh. I'm not one to be a I told you so person, okay? I like to deal with more facts and strategy and just forecasting, okay? What was I saying about this fulcrum point the other day? We're going to look for activity here. We saw small activity and a volcano go off right here, and I told you that's not over, to look for more activity, possibly. And what did we have? A fucking 6.5 at 105 depth. 105 kilometers. That's a semi-deep one. That's a lot of pressure being released, but also traveling downstream. So, luckily we haven't seen it come. Oh. Okay, we'll get to that later. I got to come back over here, and we had another one? What was this shit down here? Oh, that's the 7.0, huh? So we had 2 big quakes today, folks. Uh-huh. Oh, we had 2 big quakes today, didn't we? Remember I was telling you there's energy coming in? Bingo. And that it's going to travel around. Bingo. It also spreads out. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Oh, it just did it perfectly. Oh, it's all laid out for us. Wow, God's just doing dot to dot on us right here, isn't he? Come over to Java. Okay, here's our purple island of Java right here that's on fire. Not on fire, but about to blow. And Anak Krakatau right here. And this is just down the line from it just a little bit. So that's good. We saw some release of pressure. A 4.9. Good. Good. I like semi-big ones to relieve some pressure. I don't want much over 5.5. So I'll take a 4.9. That's awesome. I will take 4.9 all day, especially when it's just off the fault. Oh, come here. Play games with me, especially when it's just off the fault. Okay, you see the red line right there? Maybe you don't, because I'm not doing my job. There we go. So it's just, it's just off that fault. And what's going on here? All right, you see this little volcanic island right here, Foreman? I bet you underneath this is a dome or a peak type structure coming off the bottom of the, let me just describe for you. A round base like this with the peak in the middle, it all slopes down in every direction, down like this, okay, going out to the ocean floor. This is on the flank of this volcano. This is magma moving underneath, relieving pressure right there with a 4.9. Okay, I'm almost 100% sure that is magma on the move right here next to this volcanic island. It's also pressure from traveling down this too. So the weak points, the perforations, is like volcanoes. Volcanoes of perforation, isn't it? It goes down to the magma. So that's where we're going to see releases of stress like this. What happened here? 5.5. That's perfect. That is. Are you guys in the picture here? All right, let me pull back just a tad bit more. So 5.5, that's perfect. I'll take that all day long. Even these little guys, I don't really care too much about them. I want to see any deep quakes going on in this area. Okay, so no new deep quakes. It appears that our energy is now starting to travel and release along this line. And I bet you Dutch Sense probably did a video on this. He's probably going to say there's 6 to 7 energy coming in, probably. All right, let's go here to the Wanda Fuca. First off, we have a 3.8 at a depth of 10. It's just off the fracture, thankfully. Okay, see the fracture right here, the red line. All right, so it's just off to the side. That's perfect. I'll take a tad bit bigger, as long as they're not 6 or bigger, which is probably what's coming down the pike next. So we might see some 6 activity here. These focal points being these fulcrum points. There we go. That's a better term for it. Fulcrum points, because it's much like the fulcrum on a teeter-totter. It's where a lot of the energy is focused at. So fulcrum points, watch out for earthquakes. You see, here's an earthquake on a fulcrum point. It's 2.8 at a depth of 20. I want to see topographical. Come on, show me the fault. Okay, it's just off the fault again. This is right where these 3 converge, okay? This is a really high stressable area right here, and we don't want to see something too big pop off right there. It'll send a tsunami directly to the coast instantly. I mean, there will be no time to run. So we're traveling down the San Andreas. We dropped off a small little mouse fart here at 2.7, depth of 1.9. Here we have more activity on the Pacific plate, just off the fault line, okay, but on the Pacific plate side. And we're seeing 3.9 activity at a depth of 8. Perfect. I will take something a tad bit bigger, but not much. Okay, as we travel on down to the Cocos plate, and shit, here we go. A 4.3 at a depth of 29.8. Yeah, that's just release of pressure. That's good, actually. It's not on the fault line. It's just off of it. It's in that weak zone between the fault and the shoreline where water it makes it soft out here. You see this shelf that drops off right here? Let me zoom in a tad bit tighter. This is flat plateau, and then it drops off as a shelf down. Here we go. This is all plateau, beach, really shallow beach area, and then there's a drop-off down to the fracture zone, right? This earthquake right along this shelf can be dangerous because it could trigger an underwater landslide. So we don't want to see earthquakes right on the cornice line of the shelf. Say if there were a cornice line, where the edge, where it goes from flat to dropping off, right along that edge right there. We don't want to see quakes on that area. That's where this one is, because anything big on that ridge line right there could cause an underwater landslide and a secret tsunami, a stealth tsunami, we'll say, okay? So we'll just kind of watch for underwater landslides along these areas. Again, here we have another release of pressure, 4.5 at Ecuador. It's a little deeper at 176, but it's up in the mountains here. And if you look at the backside of these mountain range right here, the valley, and this is pressure, comes in, it's pushed up these mountain ranges, right? On the backside of these mountain ranges run little miniature faults right along the foothills and stuff, and pressure gets delivered right in that area, and that's what we're seeing here. 4.5, perfect. Okay, back out, pull down. Here we are again, South America. Our fulcrum point just south of it, a 4.6 at a depth of 177. There again, we are in the mountainous region, so that 177 is like sea level, basically. When you're up high and you go down 177, you're basically down probably at the same level where this fracture zone is, at the same depth, okay? So that's probably more release of pressure being released in the mountains here, which is fine. I will take it there as long as it doesn't trigger landslides. Down here now, this is important. This little fracture point, this is where they all come together here. See this three-way split? A lot of energy gets depleted here, okay? It gets used up here, spent here, and we have perfect 5.1 at a depth of 22. That is the kind of pressure release we like to see, okay? And it's right here at this three-way split. There's a plate here, a plate here, and a plate here, and all three of them join right here. These are volcanic islands right here, okay, that have all been pushed up from the seafloor because of this bend in the crust right there, okay? This bend in the plate, I should say. And here we are just off the bend at a focal point. If it weren't round, if it came to a point, this would be just off the focal point, okay? Just off the fulcrum, okay? So that's perfect energy release. And I think I just kicked ass in the earthquake report. Yeah, we did that one. Let's come over to Saudi Arabia and see what these bastards are doing. Yeah, you guys getting punished? Yeah, it's because the Punisher's in town, baby. I bet you they were scared shitless the other day when the Punisher showed up. 4.3 and a 4.3. These are energy. This is downstream energy being released probably from our first deep earthquake. It took a while for it to travel down here. I don't believe that this is remnants from this yet. I don't believe it's remnants from this big quake yet. Okay, I don't think this energy has made it all the way this far. These are from the previous bigger deep quake that we had before, I believe. Let's go look at these frickin' turkeys, okay? 4.3 to depth of 5. They are not done. There is going to be more earthquake activity in this area. There is a weakness in the crust now from the big quake that they got there. So as this energy comes downstream, I expect to see Turkey right here getting hit again. Okay. Also, we had an earthquake here the other day. Let me just pull up activity on Italy for the moment. 7 days. Boom. Okay, so in the last 7 days, there was this earthquake in Italy that we reported on, a 4.7 at a depth of 8.4. So that's right off of this fracture zone, this plate again. They're going to see more energy coming in. Italy is about to get some quakes because... Get off of here, please. Thank you. Because as this energy keeps going downstream, you know how it comes, ripples, goes over, hits this, comes up. We saw that sign over Italy. I'm putting a red alert out for the country of Italy. You're about to get hit with something. I don't know, along the lines, whatever a red halo is insinuating, you might be seeing a red halo blast type eruption. I don't know. God uses hints and clues, so I'm deciphering stuff as we go here. Something else is kind of now happening here. We're over here. Cuba and Dominican Republic and was this Puerto Rico? Yeah, Puerto Rico. I almost said Costa Rica, but it's Puerto Rico. And we have a flurry of small earthquakes going off, 3.3s, 3.2, 3.5, so all mid-range threes all through here. All these 3.3s, 3.3s, 3.6, there's a 3, and then a bunch right here on the island, okay? So there is activity going on in this region here. Something's about to go down here in Puerto Rico, okay? They're having an earthquake swarm. Maybe it's a big release of energy. I will take that if that is what is the case. We're releasing energy in a specific pocket or a specific zone. It is similar in a fulcrum point. There's a fulcrum point. Okay? There's the ridge and it comes down. There's a little sharp point right there. But if you look topographically, see how this ridge comes in and this ridge comes up? There's a split right here. See this valley, this gap? That's probably some weak little fault line running through there. And there's a separation maybe going on in this zone. Some of this plateau work and the shelf work, this is where we might see underwater landslide if we caught a big one in this area, okay? These shelves, there we go, right about there. You can see we have a plateau structure right here, and then it drops away to the ocean floor all along here. This foothill type transition zone is where the landslides happen, okay? So we don't want to see earthquake activity in that zone, and that's what's happening around here. So fair warning, there could, if we did have a big one go off here, it could set off an underwater landslide and a tsunami that would hit the East Coast. Okay? So that's enough of that crap. I wanted to come back to this, didn't I? Yes, we have more. Thank you, Lord. And that's what I wanted. That's enough. Okay, you know what? We're going to play the loop here. Let's push back. Let's adjust. Let's get dates. Let's squeeze everything in, because I'm going to step away for another second here. You guys still breathing? I heard somebody stop breathing, so I'm going to go check and make sure everybody's okay. I'll be right back. Oh, break me off. Just bear with me, it ain't easy being cheesy. Okay, I'm back. We're almost done here. Unless you guys want to hang out for a little while, we can do that too. So, let's get back to this shit real quick. Alright, so boom, let's pause it there, back up frame. April 4th, 5 p.m. That's 7 p.m. this time at this part of the country. So, let's back up at just another segment here. That's 11 a.m. Pacific time. So let's add 2 hours for this part of the country. So 11, 12, 1 Pacific, 1 p.m. in this time zone is when this event starts to unfold. Now I want you to listen to me closely. At 1 p.m., the sun is high in the sky, right? It's convecting a lot of these clouds at this time. The storm is rolling in at the time of convection. Okay, the clouds are convecting, and they're getting bigger, and they're getting bigger. By 1 a.m. in this area, this is going to be a nighttime event. It's going to come in at night, you guys, all right, in the dead of night at 1 a.m. in the morning. So be aware, stay up that night, have your weather radios ready because it moves through. This is 7 a.m. So when you wake up, you're going to wake up to hell on earth, okay, being unleashed in this whole region, okay? This whole region is on red alert. Snow, ice, big, huge icing event. Huge icing event, okay? And right underneath that icing event, oh, they took it out. The tornado event that I was reporting on has disappeared. There's a little sporadic little yellow right there still south of the ice. Can you see it just a tad bit here? They took out that patch that was there. So now they're kind of downgrading this. I don't agree. I don't agree at all with their downgrade. Okay? Because I know they are not taking into consideration why they're not taking into consideration the inbound energy from the sun that's going to be affecting this at time of convection from 1 p.m. convecting till 7 p.m. This is going to be a lot bigger. By 1 in the morning, it's going to be bigger. It's growing at night, folks. Then at 7 a.m., you're going to wake up to this, and it's going to turn into a huge icing event just for Canada, just above the border. So we may have dodged an icing bullet, but there is going to be sporadic tornado activity up and down this whole line. And this whole line sweeps across this area. So I'm putting all these states on alert. I'm not just picking one state. This is not a one-state event. This is a widespread, another huge tornado outbreak. Okay? This model, I don't think, is doing it justice. I don't agree with their adjustment here. I pray to God that this is the case and it calms down, but I know the energy coming in on the 4th is going to, right there on the 4th, is going to intensify this, going to intensify this, going to intensify this, going to intensify this, and then later on will intensify that. Because that's April 4th and 5th. Did you follow the dates up here? In the corner right here is the date. I'll go back again. Because I cannot reiterate this enough. I cannot accentuate this enough. I should be dropping F-bombs right now. Okay. 11 a.m. Pacific translates to 1 p.m. right at the height of the day. When the sun's the highest in the sky, it's going to start convecting and lifting all this shit way up high in the sky. We're talking massive thunderstorms, massive cells. Okay? They're not doing it justice here. This should all be highlighted in red. Did you guys go over to Ryan Hall and check out his report? Well, this report right here from Ryan Hall. This tornado outbreak will be different. Okay? I'm going to go over there and watch that as soon as I'm done here, because I have a feeling. You see this red target zone? I'm going to leave this up for a second. Do you see how big? And it's red. On this one, it says urgent weather, urgent live weather, and they show this area in fucking purple. You grasp the gravity of the situation here? I'm going to scroll up so you can just look at these two thumbnails, okay? This is Ryan Hall. This is the event from March 31st, right? This is going to be even bigger. Huge problem. That's his title. Huge problem. Okay, so when you're done here, go over there. I'll be going over there, and we'll, if it's too bad you didn't have the chat room open, we could all join up. And one of these nights, I'm going to bust open another computer so I can enter the chat room and chat with you guys. Now that we've got all that done, I did not have a gem set up for tonight. It was going to be the tornado footage, but I can't stand to look at it anymore. It's just too sad. It's too sad. And then there's more coming. I'm going to click on that. It's going to be crazy bad. That's right. Somebody just said in the chat, it's going to be crazy bad. That's right. Crazy. Emphasis on the term crazy. There are paranormal forces at work that are going to drive people insane. Okay? Everybody in the chat room is going to lose their mind. That's why you need to have the power of prayer. Okay? That's your only protection. That is your one and only
week or so,
protection.
countless communities across the U.S. have been devastated by tornadoes. With over 60 fatalities, hundreds of injuries, and tons of homes and businesses wiped off the map, it's safe to say that communities across the U.S. have been devastated. Over the past week or so, countless communities across the U.S. have been devastated by tornadoes. With over 60 fatalities.
Over 60 fatalities? I thought it was like 30 or 32 is the last.
Hundreds of injuries and tons of homes and businesses wiped off the map. It's safe to say that
Tons of homes and businesses wiped off the map. I counted 39 towns that I listed off for you, and that was by watching his stream. I just watched these debris balls, and every time there's a debris ball over a town, I wrote that town down. And I'm going to read off this list again, because the mainstream media has fucked up in a big way by not reporting this. 54 confirmed tornadoes, 63 reported, 54 confirmed. Towns, here's the list of towns a list of 39 towns, basically 40 that got hit. Ready? Here we go. It started off in Little Rock, Arkansas. Then it hit Harper and Keota and wiped them off the map. The debris from the Harper-Keota event spread to a 100-mile north up to Iowa City. The debris ball was 200 miles in diameter. And then it went and took out Wellman. The town of Wynne, Lavasage, Parkin, Iowa City, Salon, Mount Vernon got hit, Terrell got hit, Tipton, Clarence, Bennett, Corona, Covington, Charlotte, Preston, Sherman. These are all towns and communities, okay? Sherman, Dawson, Riley, Elkhorn, Hoopston and Wellington, Mount Pleasant, Staten, Early Grove, Louisville, LaGrange, Remington, St. Marie, Grand Junction, Gordon, Palestine, Riverton, Robbinsville, There was a roof collapse at the Apollo. The towns of Sullivan, Bethel Springs, and Morris Chapel. And that's not even a complete list. And that's 40 towns, basically. 40 towns that got either wiped off the map or buzzsawed in half. Okay, so come over here, listen to his report. He's going to talk about... Oh, your friggin' ads.
Traffic is skyrocketing until this happens.
Yeah.
System. And that snow is going to get even heavier as we go into Tuesday.
Okay. He's talking about the heavy snow up here. You see this dark blue zone? That's going to be heavy snow. The dark green is heavy rain. The red is all death, basically, okay? I would get out of that area. Don't go underground, because when you come out from underground, there ain't going to be shit left. I would get out of there. I would evacuate. If you're in this red zone, and it's going to travel this way and up too, so... Everybody east of this line and south, well, it's going to go like this. So everybody basically from this line over is just going to get pummeled. Everything from this side back here might catch on fire. There's high fire danger on this dry line. This dry line is no fucking joke. Neither is all the snow, okay? This is all snow. This is heavy snow. This is rain. This is heavy rain. This is tornadoes. The dark burgundy is death. All right? I'm just going to evaluate it that way for you, okay? Because I'm not going to beat around the bush and play games and can't try to sugarcoat this shit for you. I'm sorry I have to be the bearer of bad news. And I pray to God I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong and this thing just disappear. But we know it is not going to disappear. It is on a rampage. And this will be updated again. Okay? Wait until some new energy comes in today. From our event. Oh boy. And there was already stuff going on earlier today that wasn't even forecasted. So we got our hands full, folks. And for everybody east of that line, either get out of there or put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. That's my warning. That's my warning to these places. Maybe they'll take that seriously and pull their head out of their ass and get out of there. I wouldn't be going to work that day. I wouldn't. Your work might not even be there. You could die at your job and your family's at home without you. This day is a day of. It should be a national holiday. They should declare a state of emergency and shut down everything in this zone except for first responders and emergency services and, basic stores for, kerosene lamps, candles, batteries. You guys are going to be out of power for a long time because this will be so widespread. It's going to take up every power crew. They're going to have to call people from different parts of the country to come out east and fix the fucking chaos that just was unleashed by God on April 4th and 5th. Okay? So with that, and we don't have a gem for tonight, so how about we just chat with the chat room? Would you guys like to chat a little bit? I'll put my headset on here and we'll just chat away here. Maybe I'll start something here, and as we're chatting, we can report some other stuff. So, while we're pulling up a new page here, I'm going to pull up my channel and show you some other stuff that's been going on in our skies. Lately, some of my latest captures I cannot show you because it's my personal life on display in the sky, and it's quite embarrassing. Imagine having your personal life displayed in the clouds all over the world for everyone to see. Except nobody knows how to see him except me. That image, then we can zoom in just a little bit tighter. There you go. Okay, and this event happened over a course of about an hour, and I got a lot of pictures of it. See, if we go up above here, you can see all these pictures up way over here going across, or all of this event. Can you guys hear that? I'm going to show you more of what happened here. Okay, here I've taken around Easter when I captured on Easter Jesus in the clouds here. So I need you to tilt your head to the right about 45 degrees, and here's an eye, his other eye, his nose, his mouth, his chin and beard, his hair flowing back like this, and you can make out a crown up here above his head. So, when you see earthquakes in diverse places, when you see nation rising against nation, when you see kingdom versus kingdom, look up. You'll see me coming in the clouds with power and great glory. Well, this was on Easter of 2020. I looked up and I saw power and great glory. Jesus with his hair flowing back, with a crown over his head, signifying power and great glory on Easter of 2020. Wrap your head around that, folks. It's not too hard to figure out. If you cannot see this image, tilt your head towards your right shoulder. Does anybody know their left from right? Because every time I tell somebody to tilt their head to the right, they'll tilt their head to the left and don't see it. So, I don't know what they fucking taught you at school. If you guys don't know your right from your left, well, you're screwed. So tilt your head to your right hand shoulder about 45 degrees, because this face is resting at a 45-degree angle. If it were sitting straight up and down, I wouldn't tell you to tilt your head. The face is actually at an angle, so if you tilt your head to that angle, you can see the face. It's not too hard to follow some fucking basic instructions, is it? Because for everybody else besides my audience, they can't follow instructions. They can't see this because they won't sit down for 5 fucking minutes and give 5 minutes of their time to tilt their head to the right side, not the left, you morons, and see a miracle happen in the sky. You are witnessing a miracle. That is the reason why it looks so weird. It's because it's a miracle. And this is not over, because I took 1,000 pictures of this event. I held my hands up in the sky, holding out my cell phone with a shattered shoulder for an hour. I dare you guys to try to hold your cell phone up and take a picture for the clouds for 15 minutes. Any one of you, I dare you to hold your arms up at a 45-degree angle, hold the cell phone in your hands, and hold it there for more than 15 minutes. You will drop dead from a heart attack unless you're some kind of marathon runner or extreme athlete. And I basically had a heart attack taking the 1,000 pictures of this event, because I showed you up at top. It goes all the way across. I have a computer full. It won't hold any more pictures because I have so many pictures. Okay, so let's continue with this real quick. Face has changed now. Now we're seeing a more round, like lion type face with the nose right here. Here's an eye coming out here, an eye going that way. Here's its mouth slit, the chin going down here. So this round face right here with a crown still above it. Now I'm going to go through and show you the flip book where it changes from Jesus to this lion face. Okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is a flip book of about maybe 15 or 20 of those pictures, and it's the transition between Jesus' face and the lion face. Now this happened in the clouds, and it was so big and in your face you couldn't see it. It wasn't until I took these images and zoomed out and compressed them. You can't zoom in because they're too big in your face. These images... Zoom in. They're too big in your face. You have to zoom out to see these. And these images that you're looking at have all been compressed, each frame, and then put into a flip book. And you can clearly see Jesus' face here with his crown hovering over his head,
turning into that weird little lion face or whatever right there. Okay?
All right. That is a series of about 20 pictures all stacked together in a flip book, okay? This event took an hour to unfold. I took 1,000 pictures of it, and the moment you drop your hands from holding them up, all this stuff scatters and doesn't form. It's only when I'm in excruciating pain and my heart is racing that these clouds gel together and start making images, okay? So what you're looking at is also a lot of pain, okay? That's why they look so weird, because this is a lot of pain. I literally had a heart attack and died in the parking lot to bring these pictures to you.
Happened back around Easter.
On Easter. It happened on Easter. I cannot scream loud enough how important that is. Something else. These are 10 dimensions back from your perspective. When you look up into the clouds, you don't see this because they're so close and in your face. These images are only visible when you shrink the image, when you compress it, when you zoom out and you take 10 steps back. I counted it one day. I put the regular picture up on my computer of what the sky looked like compared to what it looks like normally. You can't see the face. It's like doing this. All right, here, let me pull up the good image real quick. All right, there's a good image you can see, right? Now, imagine if I took the camera and, oh man, I just lost something. It's okay here. We're in the middle of something else, Brian. So, imagine if you took the camera and you shoved it way up like this, okay? That's what the clouds look like to you guys. It's not until you back up a little bit, they start, you can't see it, right? You know what to look for, but you can barely see it. But as I started zooming out and pulling back, do you notice how clearer and clearer and clearer it gets the further back you go? It's almost like a picture in the newspaper that's comprised of a bunch of little dots. When you take a magnifying glass, all you see is a bunch of little dots. But as you pull back, those dots configure and turn into a picture, right? So all this activity is happening above your heads in the sky all the time. And you guys just can't see it because you don't know what to look for and you don't know how to capture it. Now, let me tell you a little hint here. The sky is like so big, right? And we're trying to compress this down, right? This whole frame, we're trying to compress it down. So when you open up the app on your phone and you open up your camera, it takes the whole sky from behind you and compresses it down to the small screen that you're looking at on your phone. That does the compression work for you. So all you need to do is look up into the clouds. You see some dark clouds forming in some weird shape. Take your phone out, open up the camera. It will do the 10 steps back for you, and then it'll do 7 steps back. It won't do the full 10. It'll do 7 steps back to where you can start to make it out. You will start to, 7 steps back looks like this, right? So you can start to make it out at 7 steps back. So you see a configuration like this on the screen in your phone. Take some pictures, because when you get home later, it's going to look like this. Capiche? Comprende? Catorce? You guys understand what the concepts I'm trying to explain here? Hopefully the mic didn't unplug. Did the mic unplug? Oh crap, I lost all kinds of stuff. You guys probably didn't even hear that. Crap. Let me try again. Sorry about that. 5x5? Oh good. Oh good. You did hear that then. Oh shit, I lost another one. What is going on here? Alright. I'm just having some technical difficulties. Headset is not cooperating. Alright, here we go. Back to business here. So, this happened on Easter, you guys. Alright? This is another sign that was promised that happened. Easter's right around the corner, isn't it? This is 3 years ago. I want you to think about something. If this sign happened 3 years ago, Do you guys realize how late in the game you are? No, you don't. You have no idea how late in the game we really are. Okay? And what's right around the corner? Easter? I'm wondering what's going to happen on Easter, aren't you? Aren't you just a little bit curious as to what might happen on Easter Sunday? Yeah, we are seconds to the end. Yeah, the countdown clock is like, what, they put it at 2 minutes to midnight? Shit, it's 2 seconds to midnight. It is 2 seconds to midnight, not 2 minutes to midnight. And if you watch the news and you see how these fucking clowns are dealing with the nuclear war we're headed towards, do you really trust Joe Biden to keep us safe? Are you fucking kidding me? This clown couldn't keep a kindergartner safe. He'd have their pants off in 90 seconds. And that's our leadership that we're dealing with at a time of crisis. Multiple crises going on, and we got this bumbling idiot who's more worried about eating ice cream. Yeah, that Terminator scene where they're all asking each other, "What happened? What did they do? How come they couldn't stay peaceful?" Well, it's because the media lied to them. It's because the schools lied to them. You see, they were brainwashed their entire lives from cradle to grave, and they never knew anything other than lies. And when truth comes around, the truth comes around, they don't believe it. It's so out of left field that it couldn't possibly be true. But it is. And it doesn't change the fact that it's true, that it's really, really happening. Okay? That's why I bring this stuff to you guys. This is meant to bring hope. Okay? We are in a rough time right now, folks. People are fucking dying. People are losing their livelihoods. Our country's going down the crapper. We got a bunch of criminals and pedophiles that run around these 3-letter agencies raping the children. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, sorry I'm dropping F-bombs. I'm a little pissed off at society right about now, and I think you could understand about why. I just listed it off, didn't I? So you 3-letter agencies, take a good peek at what you're up against, and I'll have you know what's in store for you. Yeah, I gotta pull up another video here, because we're just having some fun now. I am having fun now. Yeah. You see this little demon face right here? You see that demon in the cloud right there? Yeah, he's not here to play patty cake.
Just real quick here, I wanted to show you the unfiltered version. This is the original. That for a minute, and this was...
Okay. This face is bisected. It has like a Wolverine face, almost like an Ewok on the left, on this side, but this half is a goblin or some evil fucking entity with a grin. All right? And at the moment I was taking this picture, a cop came up to me and said, "Oh, we got reports of a guy taking pictures at the skate park." Well, yeah, my kids are skating, but I'm taking pictures of the clouds. "Oh, what's in the clouds?" This cop asked me, "What's in the clouds?" I go, "Dude, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me." He goes, and he looks up. This face right here growls at him, goes, "Arr!" I thought this cop was going to draw his gun and start shooting at the sky in the middle of the skate park. But, nope, he didn't see it. He turns to me and says, "It looks like there's a storm coming." How fucking ironic. Looks like there's a storm coming. Yeah. Oh, yeah? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, there's a storm. There's a storm coming, all right. Yeah, there's a storm coming, all right. Can you see the eye of the storm right here with the nose and the other eye and the ear and the horns and the big old lips fucking blowing a hurricane right there? You see that? Can you see that? And what's best of all is this face started off as a wolf. Yeah, it was a wolf huffing and puffing. And I'll show you that too. No, that's further back in some other stuff. But I want you to take a good look at this, you three-letter agencies. And all you people in the government, you want to spy on me? Go, please, please. I'm an open book. I am an open fucking book. Come, watch me, please. I beg of you. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll learn something like courage, integrity, or morals. Nah, you better just tune out. This is too scary for you. This shit's coming for you guys. You guys in the government who fucked up big time and are about to burn this world down, you're going to pay eternally in the spiritual realm. And I guarantee it. I guarantee it, because I'm the one you'll be answering to. You got me? Now, back to our lighter news. We're going to show this beautiful little angel right here. Oh.
Howdy folks, welcome back. So I'm real excited to show you this one. This is an angel that was captured on my security cameras, and now I've run it through the filter here. So if you turn your head to the right, about 45 degrees, you can make out the head, the hair, the breasts, it's a female, the torso, the waist, the legs coming down here, a wing coming off here, a wing coming off over here. And we'll zoom in on this real quick, because this one's nice and clear that you can. Okay, and this is an angel that was caught hovering in a shaft of light over this sleeping child down below here. So, zoom in on it again. Just excited that you can see it a lot clearer now, because before it was kind of faint, and now with these filters I'm able to make...
You gotta run, Watchman. Thanks for coming by. I'm talking to the Watchman out there in the chat room. Thanks for swinging by. I saw you had to go. So I just wanted to say thank you, and please share and like with, or just share. You don't have to like it, but just share it with others, because this is so vital. This information is priceless.
Up a little bit more for you guys so you can see them. I'm sorry about the way I have to do it with the camera and the computer, but I don't have any other option, so... I just wanted to bring this angel to you for a moment so you guys can see that this is...
Alright, hopefully you guys can see this little
real.
angel.
This is security.
This security camera footage, okay? So, this is admissible as evidence in a court of law. Let me darken it. No. Oh, whoa, that's trippy when you do that. Alright, but there you can see the angel. Alright, and it's at a 45-degree angle again. It's positioned laying like this in the air. You can see, whoopsie, where'd it go? You can see the one leg hanging down here and the other leg hanging down here. Here's the waist area. It's a female. It has breasts, so it's naked. You can even see the nakedness. It's a naked humanoid creature with wings. Here's the one wing right here. Here's another wing right here. And this is a shaft of light that it's in. And it's hovering over this sleeping child. This was captured by a security camera, the same kind of fucking security cameras that they got all over Walmart, all over every store, all over every place you go that you're being watched by a closed-circuit TV is admissible as evidence in a court of law. This is a legal angel. Can you guys see it? I mean, hopefully you're not blind. If you are, tilt your head to the right, like I said, and you can see it has long black hair. It has some kind of white crown. When I zoomed into it, it sounds odd, but it's wearing a baseball cap sideways, like this kid right here likes to wear his baseball cap. You know how they put the bill off to one side or the other? It's not fully back and it's not fully in the front. It's off to the side. This little entity, this fairy, this angel, whatever this little entity is wearing a baseball hat sideways. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of blurry. Here, let's try backing out of it a little bit. Let me progress the video to a better shot.
It's admissible as evidence in a court of law. So what you're looking at right there is admissible as evidence in a court of law. Okay? It's a real angel right there sleeping over this kid.
All right, there's a good shot of it there. Now we've pulled back a little bit. You can make out the shaft of light, this fuzzy streak right here. Here's the wing coming off. The body is laying at a 45-degree angle. At this angle right here, the body is positioned at this angle. The head and hair, there's a face on it. I zoomed in and there's a female face on it too. So it has a female face, baseball cap on it sideways, and then this long black flowing hair coming out. Then you can see it's got a wing here, a wing here, and you can barely make out its arms, and I can't tell what it's holding. Somebody else said it was holding a sphere or it was holding something, but I can't quite make out what it's holding. Maybe a trained eye. Maybe some of you guys might be able to.
That's it for now.
Might be able to
I don't
see
have any other options, so.
what this angel is holding. Okay? All right, let's go to another one. I got tons of this stuff, okay? I got tons of this stuff, okay? Here, let's go over to Mary. You want to see Mary and angels? And watch this shit, you guys.
Folks, welcome back. So,
something I need to explain here. All right, we were talking about the Revelation 12, right? And how it's happening all around you, but it's actually physically happening to me. All right? After I discovered Nibiru and the Nemesis object, I was commanded to report on it. And I struggled with that for a few days. It was really hard to do. I finally got it done, and I was a wreck. And I went out to our little garage area out here. It's the kids' playroom, man cave type area. We went down to the lower garage where I could get some privacy, and I hit the floor on my knees. I'm crying, screaming, and praying, all three at the same time. A sensation I've never felt before. I never wanted to feel again either. It's just, I was a wreck that day. Please let this play. What is going on with Google not responding here? I'm going to start this video as soon as this will respond now, because I want you guys to see this. And what's important about this video is look up here. Do you notice this date? Can you see that date up there? Let me give you around a wedge again. All right. I think it just updated. This date is October 5th of 2017. This is 11 and 12 days after the Revelation 12 star alignment. So 13 days before was the dragon in Nibiru. Then we had the star alignment on the 23rd. Then 12 days later, I did the video, and then this happened. So I'm going to play this video.
Through some of the old photos and running them through the filter, and this was one of the first ones that I had ever captured. And what's going on here is I'm here on my knees. I'm crying and screaming and praying, all three at once. I was in some extreme anguish. A paranormal traumatic event happened to me. Something so unbelievable.
Can you see this angel over here with his wings spread?
If I told you, so I'm going to show you instead. So in this image here,
wings are spread right here. There's a head,
and Mary's head appears right next to my head, and we're going to zoom in on this. You can't go in too tight on it, but she's looking down at my head this way. Let's see, there's pretty good, and you can make out her eye and her nose coming down, her shawl coming over, and it's in shadow.
It's in shadow. All right, here, I need to adjust this. The lighting has to be just right to see it nice and clear, because I want you to see this clear. I don't want it to be fuzzy or weird for you guys. I want you to be able to see Mary nice and clear. This is a beautiful image, you guys. This actually, at the time this happened to me, this brought me hope. Okay, so hopefully it'll bring you guys a little hope too. And then there's this this white orb over here with an eye in the center. I call this the God Eye. Okay, so let's just play it.
This is a shadow of the inside of her shawl going over her head like this. Here's her eye, her nose, her other eye would be on the other side there. Okay. We can't go in too tight on it. And then also is this white ball with an eye in it, this white orb with an eye in it. Okay, and that's not all, because over here in this corner up here is an angel. The silhouette of an angel with his wings spread, with his back to us, standing in a shaft of light. Here's his head. There's a glow over the head. The wings are extended, and there's a feather coming off. The last feather coming off is crossing over these brown roof tiles in the background here. And you can make out there's an angel right here. And you can even see his head right here. Going a little bit tighter. So there's the angel with his back to us and his wings spread. Yeah, you can see a lot better with the filter. Before it was really faint and it was hard to see. Same with this. This came out a little bit better here. Yeah, there's Mary looking down at my head because I was in anguish. I mean, what happened to me was just so disturbing. I can't even describe it. I was in crying, screaming, and praying. An experience I'd never felt before. All three of them at the same time. It was just terrible. But what happened was I was out in my garage and praying, and my security camera captured this image. And it wasn't until a few days later that I went back through my security camera that I saw this image and went, oh my God, what happened here? So here's that one for a moment. Just real quick, let's zoom in real quick on her, because I want you to see that this little structure right here is actually a tube. It's part of a display that I had made, a three-dimensional replica of a sign that God showed me.
Yeah, that's the sun. That was Nemesis. The tube was the conduit. See, I was dealing with Coast to Coast with George Norrie and those guys back at this juncture in time when this was all happening to me. I contacted the media. Nobody would report on it. Nobody cared. And I finally realized, oh, wait, the media I should be contacting is, the Paranormal Channel or whatever, Coast to Coast AM. So I called up George Norrie, sent him a bunch of these pictures, and he and a team of scientists, he changed the whole format of his show for like a month, and he had all these scientists on that were talking to me through the show, asking me to do different experiments to see what results we would get, and we got all kinds of just earth-shattering results and stuff, and this was kind of, this was the very beginning of this affliction that has happened to me. So we're going to continue on with the rest of this now.
This is a little replica that I had set up in my garage. I was doing videos to try to describe what I had seen, and that was sitting in the background. So this part right here is a tube that's on the ground. But as we zoom in, this black area right here, this shaded area, the inside of her shawl is not in the garage. That is natural, or that's part of this picture.
It's not like a stain on the garage floor
Pointing out that there's
or anything
here, and for me, it's easy to see. I can see Mary's face crystal clear. Hopefully, some of you guys can too. And it's not just Mary. There's more to it than just Mary. There's Jesus too. So don't think this is a Catholic type thing or whatever. It has more to do with it than you think. So
yeah, she's still part of the story. She's the mother of God.
In this image here, you can see we're still in the garage with our same display right here. And this was actually captured the day before the other picture, but I hadn't found it for years later until I was digging around through my, my old pictures and stuff, and went even further back to see if I'd missed anything, and I captured this one.
I actually heard a voice say, you missed something, you need to go back and look. So I went back, and guess what we found?
And we're going to zoom into this streak right up here, this one right here. With me for a second here. Now, hopefully, you can see that we have a lady's profile here. Here's her eye, here's her forehead, her snub little nose, here's the bottom jaw, she's smiling, she's looking down, and she's holding a baby, and here's the baby's head right here. Here's the face, the back of the head. Here's her arm cupped around like this, and she's holding the baby. Now I'm going to run this through the filter real quick, and it's going to enhance it, but a little bit too much. But see, now you can really make out her profile a lot better and see her face, and her headdress is coming over and going down back behind her. And you can still make out the baby's head right here. And if I pull back a little bit, there we go. And this was captured on October 4th. So this was about 11 days after the Revelation 12 sign. All this stuff started happening to me just prior to the Revelation 12 sign and then right after it. So it said the woman was about to give birth. Well, it looks like maybe she gave birth, and here's the little baby being caught up to God.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right here. I want you to notice something, okay? This is not a typical human female, all right? Do you see her stub little nose and her big teeth and a big wide smile? She's some kind of entity, almost looks reptilian a little bit or something, okay? She got a big eye, and she got some sharp teeth and a big old, like, razor-type smile, all right? So the mother of this entity is whatever entity that looks like. Do you see the smile, the stub nose, the eyes, the forehead, the headdress? Yeah, there's multiple images in multiple dimensions, so you will see different stuff. But the main image is this woman, this reptilian type woman, holding the baby. Okay, that's the Revelation 12 baby being born in my garage. Did you fucking hear what I said? That's the Revelation 12 baby being born in my garage. Do you know what the Revelation says about this event? Let's go open the Bible, shall we? Let me, give me just a second. I gotta find the right page here, but, where are we? Lord, help me with this one. This was Revelation, which Revelation, Lord? 12 again. Part of Revelation 12 again. It's part of Revelation 12 again. And let me just get my book light here. Alright, did you guys see it? If you didn't, tell me and I will tweak the screen some more until you do see it. Now, back to Revelation 12. The dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth so that he might devour her child the moment it was born. The moment it was born. In the background is a nasty-ass dragon. It's so big and complex in the picture, I can't point it out to you. You wouldn't be able to see it because it is just too big, too many little scales and features in the face. It is so complex it takes up the whole screen. And you can't see it. It's a deeper dimension. So, back to the Revelation. It says, the dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth so that he might devour her child the moment it was born. She gave birth to a son, a male child. She gave birth to a son, a male child, who will rule all the nations with an iron scepter. Her child was snatched up to God or caught up to God. Now we need to go back to the Jewish text, to the original Hebrew text, and the term snatched up or caught up actually is translated is presented to God. This baby is the new leader, the new spiritual leader, and is being presented to God. He is the inheritor of all the power, all right? This little baby is a spiritual baby. It's not a physical baby. It is a spiritual baby that was born on October 4th of 2017. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have a new spiritual creature, a new spiritual entity. The new ruler who will rule with an iron scepter is right here. This little baby, this spiritual entity, was born in my garage and presented to God. My garage. Presented to God. My garage. Presented to God in my garage. Hint, 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 hint. See, I'm telling you, Revelation 12 is happening all around you, but it is physically happening to me. Got it. Oh, somebody said they got it. Oh, cool. Yeah, somebody did Mud Fossil University. Good. You guys are catching on. All right, I'm going to do the baby's head one more time because it's crucial. You see the little ear? See the ear and everything? And I'll tell you what. The day that this happened was the day before the Mary event. And you remember what I said? I was in such anguish and in such turmoil. And then, and who showed up? Who showed up to comfort me? Mary did? I'm going to tell you something, guys. I don't know if you paid attention throughout the course of history and paid attention to paintings or historical records, but there's Mary, God, and an angel. Wherever these three are, there's usually Jesus too. So where's Jesus in this picture? We have Mary, we have God, we have this archangel. So where's Jesus in this picture? Well, he's in there if you know what to look for. He's in there if you know what to look for. He's in there if you know what to look for. Now I'm going to bring you over here to the other side of the coin that gets really scary. So, I don't give a shit. If you get scared, turn it off. Don't watch it. This is only for my hardcore followers, okay? And you'll understand why I say that, okay? Because this is not for the faint of heart. Okay? You guys are the elite. You guys have the spiritual fortitude to handle these truthful fucking images. Okay, here we go.
I'm back. So I've been going through some more of these pictures and running them
My
through the
focus.
filter and stuff. And not only were we finding angels and Mary and stuff, but there's also demons, and I've also found Satan in this stuff too. So as we're looking here at this picture, what I'm talking about is in this mosaic of blotchy white dots that you see this picture is comprised of. When you zoom in really tight in on a picture, you'll see that it's made up of these splotchy little patches and dots. These new digital cameras make these little blotches. Well, hiding in these blotches are faces. And if you haven't seen it yet, there's an eye right here and an eye right here. And when you make eye contact with these two eyes right here, you'll see the mouth fall into place down here. It's snarling. If you look, it's got some kind of streaks or horns or something, or wrinkles coming out of its head up here. And this is some kind of demon or principality. You know, other people refer to them as principalities, but this is what I'm talking about, and hopefully you can see this here. This is a pupil right here of an eye. This is a pupil of a bigger eye. Here's the whites of the eye, the white of this eye. These two eyes. Once you look at those, you'll see it falls into place. Maybe I'll pull back a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. Zoom in. Right about there is good. And you can make out there's teeth here in this mouth. There's a corresponding mouth with these eyes, wrinkles going across the nose here. This is some kind of demon or principality. And it's tucked in the way in the corner of this picture, way back up in here. And you can't even see it as in a normal picture, but you zoom in, swing it over, zoom in, and you see this face just appear. And there's more faces in this stuff too. But
Zooming
this one's
in,
really,
zooming out.
really defined
Things are
and
at different
pretty,
dimensions.
dominant in this picture. So I want to start off with that one. Hopefully you guys can see this one.
Did you guys see that one?
Okay.
Here, let me pause it real quick. I know there's a slight delay in the video here, but anybody in the chat, just let me know. Did anybody see that one? That one was a little harder to see. Well, actually, it wasn't too hard to see. I can see what you pointed out. Oh, good. Somebody can't see it. Somebody can barely make it out. They're really hard to see. But if you focus, it takes a little bit of focus. But listen closely to the directions in my descriptions, and it helps you see them. This one is easy to see. Okay. This one will be easy for everyone to see.
So in this sequence here, I've got my camera pointed at the couch now because I've been capturing activity around this couch. And one night I was just sitting on my couch there praying and wasn't really thinking of capturing anything here. I was just sitting here praying before I started taking pictures or doing my thing, and it was already running. And lo and behold, there's some kind of demon up here. You'll see some green wings over here kind of flapping. And it lifts up my bike and spits a bolt of energy on it. And I had no idea this happened until I went back through my pictures and stuff. And I put this series into motion in a flip book. And I realized, oh my goodness, look what happened. It picked up my bike and spit a bolt of energy on it. This one you can't really see the face too well, but you can make out the wings kind of flapping. And we'll pull it over this way a little more. There we go. And this thing turns, picks up my bike, lifts it up, and spits a bolt of energy on it.
Later that day, while I was at the skate park riding my bike, the frame broke on that bike, and let's just say I got injured.
Okay, there's that. I'll let you look at that one for a second longer.
Had I known this had happened, I probably wouldn't have ridden the bike that day. But spiritual warfare is spiritual warfare, baby, and all's fair in war. Don't worry, I get them back.
Okay, in this series here, I'm sitting on the couch again praying, camera set up, and you'll see a purple streak, a bolt come in here, right there, boom, and it hurt. You can see my reaction to it. So we'll let it run again. Here I am sitting here praying.
Broke 2 of my ribs.
Like all kinds of stuff jumping around in the background. And
Bam! Broke 2 ribs.
And that was a real one. I could feel it. And now when I
could barely breathe for like a week after it.
And zoom in on the face. Okay, so here's the frame out of that sequence of me getting hit with that bolt. You can see the bolt coming down here. It's got a kind of a purple hue to it or whatever. And then we're going to start zooming in to the face up top here. And it's going to be Satan's face. So, you guys ready to see this? If not, you might want to stop the video at this point. But I do not glorify this at all. I do not like to give him attention. But it's important to know that he's real. Because he wants everybody to think that he's not real. I think you might be able to see this face without me pointing anything out yet. There we go. Okay, so let me zoom out so I can see it. If you look right here at this eye, this is his crazed eye. The other on the other side is bigger. It's the all-seeing eye. It's a little out of proportion, but then you can make out the side of his face. His jawline coming down, the bottom of his chin, his face going up here. Here's his mouth with some evil kind of grin on it. You can see his ear coming out over here. You can make out horns coming up. And this is in that mosaic of dots again, but these faces pop out and they're more prominent. You can see this one really stands out. It's Satan right there. You can even make out some wings coming up here. And he's mad. He's mad because I'm praying. He's spitting bolts of energy at me and spitting on my bike and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So, it's important that you guys know that this entity is real. He's here right now, causing chaos all over the place. I'm sure you guys can see that. And I'm not doing this to scare you. I'm just doing this to inform you guys that this is what I'm capturing, and this stuff is real, and you can see it attacking me. Just another few seconds here on this guy so you can see his face, make out his ear over here, corresponding horns, eyes, smile, everything. That's Satan right there with his wings, spitting some kind of bolt or something at me. Bam.
And that happened on March 18th. When you divide 3 into 18, you get 6. So 18 is actually 3 6s, right? 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. So March 18th is also a fraction, 3/18. When you divide 18 into 3, you get 0.066666, or yeah, 0.166666666 forever. So March 18th is another magical day that most people don't know about. The whole month of March is full of divine days, divine times, divine settings, spring, the transfer out of darkness into light, the promise of new growth, of new life, all the new animals, birth. It's March, the month of March holds so much more meaning than what you guys even know. All right, that's why I call this March 33rd, because it is. It's March 33rd. Only April Fools call this April 2nd. You were taught by man, and you were taught wrong. Anyways, the reason why he's attacking me because of who I am. Okay? This other stuff, this anointing ceremony, that's what this is. This is an anointing ceremony. All right? This happened to me because of who I am. Okay? These giant faces in the clouds, this shit right here, this shit right here follows me everywhere I go.
We have
This shit right here follows me everywhere I go. I can go to a different town in the clouds and this stuff is still there. Okay? It's because of who I am. He's blowing at me. He's attacking me because of who I am. Here. Let me explain a little bit more then. Should I? I showed pretty much all this stuff? Yeah, then just go ahead and run it then. Alright, Lord, I'll run it. You said to do it. Oh, no, that's not the one. The mark.
Howdy folks, welcome to my video. My name is Brian Knight, and I've been struggling with this for a while on how to do this video, so please bear with me here. So first off, I want you to look at my ID here. So you know who I am, I say I am. I want you to take note of the date of birth. March 24th, 1970.
Okay? Do some math, folks. March 21st is the first day of spring. March 21st is the first day of spring. Every once in a while, man tweaks it a little bit because of leap year, so it happens on the 22nd or the 20th or blah, 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 blah. But the vernal equinox is what I'm talking about. The vernal equinox means the start of new life. Okay? That's when Jesus was crucified and died on the cross, was the first day of spring. He is the spring. He's the one that brings new life. He is the spring, right? He even tells you, I'm the well, the spring from which all life flows, right? He was crucified on March 21st. He rose 3 days later. I want you to add 21 and 3 for me. Can you do that? What's 21 plus 3? It's 24. March 24th is the real Easter. 70. 70 is all over the Bible. 70 AD, 70 this, 70 that. It's my calling card. 3/24/70. 3/24/70. It should ring a bell, but it doesn't to anybody. Everybody, oh, what's your date of birth? It's funny, goddamn thing, everywhere I go, I'm always getting carded. Even though I'm, 53 years old, I still get carded. And everybody reads off my birthday, and none of them get it. They'll throw 3/24/70. I go, yep. Ring a bell? Nope. Yep, didn't think so. Didn't think so. Yep, because you were all taught wrong. You're all brainwashed in school. You're all led to believe that there's an Easter bunny. I've been turned into a fucking chocolate rabbit? Are you shitting me? 3/24/70. Figure it out. Go look in the Bible. Go look in the Bible. I'm not proclaiming this. It's in the Bible. This is my fucking ID. State issued. That's my real birthday. Okay? Let's continue.
It's 3 days after spring.
Oh, by the way, I just had a birthday, and it was pretty rough. I was supposed to die that day, and luckily for you guys, I didn't die that day.
Resurrected 3 days after spring. The real Easter is March 24th. And this famous...
Actually, I want you guys to go back and look at history, because we used to celebrate Easter on March 24th. Back in, I believe it was 1940. Yeah, the year 1940, Easter fell on March 24th. Back to the video.
This shows the Roman soldier piercing Jesus' heart with a spear. Now, what he didn't know is that the heart is on this side over here. But he stabbed him on the right-hand side. So, and then I'm going to show you another painting that depicts this. Okay. They didn't have cameras back then. Sorry, it's shaky. Okay. They didn't have cameras back then to take pictures of this, so artists painted what they saw, so for the historical record. So, you've seen these. This one more time.
Sorry, the video's shaky. This is back before I had a tripod, so just bear with it. I learned to use a tripod after doing this video.
Okay, so you know a little bit of history of what's going on here. Then, in the Bible it says Jesus will descend from the clouds, so I got something else to show you here. Please bear with me here as I try to do this. I'm not very... Alright, watch here. Coming up here in just a second. This was captured not too long ago.
Notice the face in the clouds back here with the little smirk, the nose, the eye. It's back there.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time. Watch the face, and he rises in front of it.
See it again. Watch. Somebody captured here just earlier this year.
Okay, before we go any further with that video, we're going to back it up with something else here real quick. Just a quick little 5-minute video, a little brief history on birthmarks, okay? Do you guys have birthmarks out there? I think you will find this so fascinating about your birthmark and what it says about you. Because birthmarks are actually a spiritual scar from a previous life that follows you. Ooh, that was not needed. That follows you, your spirit, wherever, when you reincarnate. You've had more than one life, okay? Reincarnation, what a waste of time. All that time in the universe and all the time that went in to build this planet so you could have one lifetime? No, 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 no. You've had many, and you've learned lessons over each one. You're not allowed to remember them. You come back down and you learn more. And each incarnation, you learn more and more and more. And some carnations, you die, and a mortal wound suffered in a previous life comes back on your next meat suit as a birthmark. I'm going to just play this quick little guy. This guy's funny, but he's just a kid. He's actually reporting on scientific documented stuff, all right? Just because this kid is a kid doesn't mean what he's reporting on isn't true. He's reporting on documented stuff. I will show you the documented doctor who did all this research, okay? Let's just...
I'm scared of people who have birthmarks on their nose now.
I don't care what you think.
Kill someone in your past life.
I'm telling you.
This is what your birthmark says about your past life. Believe it or not, but your birthmark can actually say a lot about your personality and what happened to you in your past life. Alright, firstly, if you have no birthmarks at all, this means that you died of natural causes in your past life or you're a new soul. Okay, next, if you have freckles anywhere on your body, this indicates where you have been burned in your past life. Those freckles are actually there to remind you to never make the same mistake again. Now, this is terrifying. If you have a spot on your eye, this means that you were killed in your sleep in your past life. But if you have a birthmark on your ear, you're extremely lucky. Because this means that you were a genius in your past life and you have the skills of becoming one now. If you have a brown birthmark, this indicates where you were shot in your life before. Finally, I might be a little scared of people who have birthmarks on their nose now because this indicates that you killed someone in your past life of rage. This is what your birthmarks...
The thing on the nose, it sounds funny, but just when you see somebody with a birthmark on their nose, don't judge them, but just be very careful around them, I will say, okay? We'll just be friendly and careful, okay? Now, yeah, I know that kid is funny. He does some funny things, but what I'm about to show you is the birthmark research. Mark research doctor, I can't remember his name offhand. Where are we here? Oh, where did it go? I had it here before. Where did it go? Let me just try a different title then. I think I typed in the wrong thing. Where the heck did it go? I will have to back it up here with the link in the description. I'm not going to waste time on this. But there is a doctor from back in the 60s who did research on young kids who aren't impressioned by the world yet, and the unbelievable things that these kids and their birthmarks all correlated. One kid took them to the gravesite of his previous life, and they dug up the actual body, and it was all documented and stuff. Okay, the reason why I'm telling you about the birthmarks thing is because back to this video, we're going to go into that realm.
Okay, so there's that. And I have something else to show you. Scientists and religious scholars and psychics have learned that mortal wounds suffered on your body in a previous life comes back on your next body as a birthmark. This is the birthmark that I have on the side of my chest.
Oh, it's probably in your room, bud.
Different image here too. Because again, okay.
And we'll get a better shot of it here in a minute. Alright. What they're talking about is these birthmarks. Like, if you've been stabbed, you will have a birthmark in the shape of a stab wound. If you've been shot, you will have a birthmark in the shape of a bullet wound or a bullet hole. Alright? Even exit wounds. Some people have the birthmark on the front of the entrance and a huge birthmark on their back from the exit wound. Are some of you people out there those people? Because usually my followers, the people that are interested in this stuff, tend to have birthmarks that tell something about you. So now that you know this, I'll find the doctor. I'll put the research in the description, but we're going to continue on.
Proof that this is me. And go over here.
The few times you get to see my face, okay? I'm not one of those guys that has to have his face on every YouTube video that he produces, right? I'm kind of a shy, reclusive guy. I don't like to show my face much. I'm not all that ugly, but I don't really show my face all that much. But just in case you were kind of curious as to what I look like, hello. I kind of look like the Terminator, don't I?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, we're gonna skip past all this screw around until we get it right there.
All right.
Okay, now we got your tent. All right, I'm gonna start explaining something for you folks. Okay, I may have showed you this birthmark before. All right, but there's much more hiding in it. Okay, this is a patch of freckles, right? A bunch of little freckles all in one patch. I didn't even know I had this birthmark until an angel told me to look for it. I had no idea I had this birthmark my entire life until those angels, you know, angel means messenger, right? The messenger came with a message and told me, you need to look for your birthmark. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? You're an angel talking to me about my birthmark? What the hell is going on? So I started searching my body. I had no idea I had a birthmark. At the time, my shoulder was shattered. My shoulder is shattered into, I would say, 6 to 10 pieces. Okay, it's not rebuildable. It's just all floating. Okay, my right shoulder, the one I bear the cross on, is shattered. Okay, it's excruciatingly painful, even in my sleep. Doctors say you can't feel pain in your sleep. I tell them bullshit. And then they go. Anyways, so the shape of a stab wound. The measurements are exactly proportional to Longinus' spear. Okay? If you don't know about him, maybe you should do a little research in the Bible. Okay? In this are faces, just like the faces I showed you earlier in that mosaic of dots. This is a mosaic of dots, isn't it? Start looking around and see if you can see any faces in there before I start to point them out. Because the faces some of them are a little scary. Alright, so I'll give you a minute to look at it while I take a sip here. This is not a joke. This is hard for me to do this, okay? I don't like doing this. Alright? No, Jesus was not stabbed in his lower side. He was stabbed between the second and third rib. Not the bottom second and third rib, the top second and third rib. Do some human anatomy and do some research, and you will find out that this thing is located exactly where it's supposed to be. And I know for a fact because I'm going to show you the birthmarks on my feet here in a minute. As soon as my feet warm up, my feet are frozen right now because I've been out in the snow with no shoes on. So, anyways, I'm going to start pointing out some faces here for you, okay? Because there's 3 of them in this. 3 in 1, okay? 3 faces in 1 birthmark. Starting right here, there's an eye and an eye, a horn and a horn. Here's the jawline coming down and the evil crooked smile, okay? Do you see? That I just showed you this face a little while ago. An eye, the all-seeing eye, the crooked smile, a horn, and a horn. This face right here. See it? Then, right next door is Jesus' face with an eye, the nose, his beard, his hair. Right here, blended in with this face partially, is Jesus' face. Do you see it yet? Then we have a third face that is not in the black realm, but in the white realm. And there's an eye, the nose, the chin, and this is God's face. Can you see it now? This face right here in white, this one in Jesus in brown, and the devil in brown right there. That's 3 faces in 1 birthmark. I'm going to spell it out for you. Everybody's wondering, are you the good guy? Are you the bad guy? Are you him? Or are you the Antichrist? Did you hear what that alert just said? Nope, you didn't. It sounded like a little bowling to you. All 3 of these entities in 1 man. I don't like to say it because I'm very humble about, trying to be humble about all this. Besides, it's not for me to say, it's for you guys to say and proclaim. I'm just here to let you know you got somebody on your side. Okay? Somebody who has spiritual authority. Where to go? Bring that back here right now, please, Lord. I will go to another one then. Alright, we'll leave it right there as I pull up the other one. I know a person, personally, who has spiritual authority in both realms. Okay? In all realms. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit because I wanted to show you one other thing here. Oh no, we already showed it to you. I'm going to show you this. I know somebody, personally. I know this man very well.
His nose.
I know this man very well. Okay? There's a reason why this appears over my head everywhere I go. I took these pictures. This formed over my head because of who I am. Okay? I think it's time that the world knows. All right? You guys are the elite. I keep telling you that for a reason. Because you are. I am the leader of the spiritual warfare department. You are my recruits, my followers, my disciples, we'll call you. My brave soldiers, my spiritual warriors, my tough ones that made it through this whole stupid live stream to get to this point. Okay? Now, it works two ways. You don't believe, I'm a lunatic. But if you do believe, that makes you blessed, doesn't it? Do you guys realize how blessed you are right now? Talking to me, talking to you, talking to me, talking to you, showing you finally admitting what's going on and who I am. Okay? It's not easy for me to do this, you guys. I'm in excruciating pain. I got spiritual attacks happening to me constantly on a second-by-second basis, fully automatic, like an F5 tornado built out of hail. All right? Just the hurricane. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. Anyways, yeah, you want to see what a spiritual attack looks like? Anybody brave enough to? Some of you've already seen it, but I'm gonna show you what I go through, just a little bit, since you're all hanging out with me. It's late night. Everybody's asleep, right? Except for the folks in my house, because my ass is keeping them up. The fuck was I gonna do here? We were gonna show. We were right here, dude. After that, oh yeah, we're gonna show a demon attack. All right, this is only for adults only. Any kids, anybody underage. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out right now. But this is not for the weak of heart. It is not for the faint of heart. It's not for kids. It's not even for adults, because most of you aren't even mature enough to handle this. Well, except for my elite. Let's just type it in, because I can't search right now. I'm under a lot of pain here. And it was called Living Nightmare, okay? Because you guys have regular nightmares, right? That are pretty scary. Imagine when your nightmares aren't nightmares, they're actually real life. Yeah, we're just going to click on it. So that's the difference. It's happening all around you, but it's happening physically to me. And it's not pleasurable. Technical difficulties due to spiritual attacks, and I will get into that tonight, and that's what you guys are about to see. But I want to thank all you beautiful people in my sleep. You guys, this is a constant barrage. Every second to every other second, it's like automatic machine gun fire. Okay, it's about to play. At me in a I gotta do lighting. You guys are about to witness. Oh, wait. Before I play this, I gotta freeze frame here because this is so scary. I'm trying not to scare you. Why? Why? This is reality. What happened? And reality is what's scaring you. Okay. I'm the messenger. Why is it not? I hate to be the messenger. All right, we gotta pause it. It doesn't want me to show this. Pull it up, Lord. Please. You know what I'm trying to do here. Don't play games with me. Yeah. Fine. We'll play away then. Alright. I guess it's not going to cooperate here. I'm going to show you something. Now, this is a similar demon attack that's happening to another person. A lot of people discount this video and say it's fake or whatever. This is way before there was CGI, okay? I know this is real because the same fucking thing happens to me. Alright, so we're just gonna play this. Lord, please. I know you don't want to see this, but we have to do it. Why is it not cooperating? Alright, I think it's there. Good. Hopefully we lost a few people, because this isn't for everybody. And why am I not getting any sound? Alright. Hang on.
Gentleman has gone through a demon attack, much like I have to, all the time. This is going to be scary. This is going to scar you. This is going to give you nightmares. If you like your life the way it is right now, stop watching. Do not watch this next segment. And I am deadly serious. I need you guys in a chair, sitting down. I do not want anybody in the chat that is watching this right now standing up. Okay, because what you're about to witness is going to give you a heart attack, and I don't want you dying, okay, or passing out. Do you understand? I'm not trying to be sensational. I'm trying to warn you. Now, I want you hear my voice, right? And I'm trying to be as composed as I can, because this is hard for me to show you my personal life, okay, and how I have to react. No, don't do it yet.
Oh, come on, Brian, quit crying. I was having a breakdown
The
here.
brutal attack that I'm under all the time. Please, God, help me.
Alright, you guys.
Whoops.
Oh, just play it, Brian.
There's something else going on here. Let's play it. Whoops, you're not allowed to see that. If anybody knows who in this moment is, you need to go over.
Alright, here we go. Finally, found it. Yeah. Alright, this isn't pretty. This is someone else's demon attack, but very similar to mine. Kind of identical.
His flashlight goes out. Wouldn't you be scared if your flashlight went out when you saw that? Okay, it comes back on.
Oh, come on. Why isn't it?
You see those fingers crawling under the door?
No, it's not the one. Hang on. I'm just gonna look up the actual footage. I should have done that in the first place, because this is it's out there. It's a real demon attack. Why the just? Is this it? No, it's a different one. That one's fake. Yeah, it's funny watching some of these fake ones because I know what a real one is. God, where'd it go? It was on here. Bear with me. Hopefully I've chased some of the weak off. The weak ones have fallen to the wayside. And why is it not here? It was just here the other day. It's not this one, dude. This is black and white. I know it's not this one. Yeah, let's just play this one real quick. This fake ass shit. Yeah, it's all fake. Where is my actual footage? Alright, bear with me for a second. I'm just going to scroll until if we don't find it, we'll have to go back to mine. I wanted much clearer footage because mine was not showing up as well as it should be. There is... You guys probably already seen it anyways, so... Wow, it is not here now. Why is that, Lord? It's there. Where? I did not see it. Supposed to pray for people that have to endure this stuff. Most people commit suicide or go nuts, especially when they're not believed. Spiritual realm manifesting in the physical world. I've had that eye pop out of the wall before. That's real. This thing's covered with hands. Trying to get right on the face right there. Okay? Unfortunately, that's a real face. That's a real face. That's a real entity. I know because I recognize the face. I recognize that face. I deal with that face all the time. Okay? You guys are lucky you don't have to. Alright? I'm trying to put my headset back on. You're lucky you don't have to. Alright? And it's a good thing this happens to me because... and not you. You wouldn't, I don't think, be able to handle it. I've been through a lot of psych wards, a lot of prisons, a lot of jails. Nobody believes me. They don't even take 5 minutes to come look. But what I'm about to show you is something that I'm not too proud of, okay? And it's a very ugly thing. I'm going to take this and I'm going to tilt it back. Okay? Actually, we want the frame before, right where the light's right in the mouth. It's like right there. Wait. I don't want you hearing the screams. The screams are not. Whoops. All right. Anyways, I should have just lifted that one. Where is it? Alright, there it is, right there. Right in the mouth is right where I wanted it. Because, when we tilt this back and forth, you can see that it's a face, okay? It's a real person, a real creature, a real entity, okay? And as we tilt back like this, and we go into the tint realm or whatever, pretty cool how it comes out of his mouth. Look. Raw, spitting light, right? Light coming out of his mouth. Raw, the eyes light up. Boom. Pretty spooky, huh? The spookiest part about this picture right here, when I do that face right there, that's me. I recognize my own eyes. I recognize my nose and my smile And the reason why these teeth, because I bit out all my old ones. I was in such agony and pain and strife and not being believed that I bit out all of my own teeth. Yeah, and then what the rest had to surgically be removed, the roots and stuff. But unfortunately, that's my face right there. And demon attacks are real. And the only reason why I'm bringing this to you is not to scare you. It is scary, but I'm bringing this to you so when it happens to you, you'll know what the fuck's going on. Alright? Because this is happening to our youth, and they don't know what's happening. They try to confide in a loved one, but that loved one doesn't give a shit. They don't care. They're too busy on their phone with their career and their life, whatever they're doing. They don't have time for their kids. Thus, the kid suffers. And when the kid suffers, he tries to forgive the parent or the loved one because kids are forgiving. And when you forgive somebody of a truth that was trying to be conveyed, it makes that person righteous in the spiritual realm. And demons do not like righteous people, and they attack them. And like me, for instance, I get this shit all day long, everywhere I go. If you could see the spiritual realm the way I do, when I walk into Walmart, there's a bunch of people like this. They don't even know it. I'm like, hi, how are you? And they go, rah! I can't find my tampons or whatever, I can't find my cell phone or whatever, So, everywhere I go, I get to see everybody's side, their good side and their bad side. I get to see this part of them, and I get to see the part here. I'm going to show you kind of what I get to see. A little something for you. I'll leave that sitting there to freak you guys out for a minute. I have the great pleasure of having spiritual eyes, and I get to see everybody in this form, their good side and their bad side. Now, not everybody is equally dispersed, right? So some people are more red than white, and some people are more white than red, if you know what I'm saying. Some have a lot more good in them, and some have a lot more evil. But this is a bipolar spiritual disorder that everybody is going to now have to go through now. Okay? So this is a warning from the spiritual realm to the people of Earth. Prepare to go bipolar and go crazy. The electromagnetic fields that are coming with the object are going to interfere and disrupt your brain. You will not be able to think straight, drive straight. All your prep work, what good is prep work when you have no brain to use the stuff, right? If you want to keep your mind, you better start praying, because this is what's coming. And let me back out of this. We've seen enough of Brian for a minute. Let's see the other side of Brian for a minute. Bring this up now, please, Lord. Or be that way. Or be that way. Okay? You have a choice. Everybody has a choice. All right? I am your spiritual guide here, trying to show you what's going on inside of you guys. See, I know a little bit more about you than you know about yourself, don't I? Don't I? Yes, 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 yes. I know all of you intimately, little do you know. But I don't try to pry. I let you guys have your free will and do your life and do your things. Let's just hope you choose to do random acts of kindness. Sometimes that helps your self-esteem, makes you feel better about yourself when you're helping others that are less fortunate. Also gives you a perspective of gratefulness that you have a roof over your head, that you have, clothes on your back and food in your belly. And you know what one of my favorite things to be grateful for is a hot shower. See, because my whole body's shattered. It's not just my shoulders, not just my hip. I got 2 broken feet. I got broken ribs. I got torn scapula. The muscles behind my scapula are torn on the backside of my lungs. So it's very hard to breathe, cough, sneeze, hurts when I laugh. Yeah, I got affliction, baby. The same affliction as before. Oh, I was going to show you my feet. I'm going to see if my feet is heated up yet or not. I feel numb, but yeah, we did a quick shot of the feet. You guys want to see my feet too? If you hung out for long enough, you already seen one on my side. You want 3 out of 5? I'll give you 3 out of 5 right now. Yeah, hold on to your britches or go get your whenever you get ready. I gotta get the lighting just right here. Yeah, it's probably not gonna come out too well, but we're just try it anyway. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this part? We're gonna unplug this and this, right? Okay. We're still on an outside microphone, I believe, right? Yeah. So you can still hear me. Okay. Let's see if we get a little zoom in on my feet here. Oops, without shadow. Capture it a little bit. Oh, there's that foot, and let's see if we can get the right there, and let's see here. Sometimes the light doesn't get it quite right. My feet are cold. Just when my blood's pumping, they really glow. This one glows really bright. It's not doing it too well right now, but I've got some other pictures on my channel where I've documented it a lot better. When I get out of the shower. Funny thing about washing the feet. You know that thing in the Bible where you wash each other's feet? Something really miraculous happens when somebody else washes my feet. Those little spots glow bright red. And for anybody that, say, was down there, scrubbing my feet, getting me a pedicure or whatever, or something, these days would be like a pedicure, right? So the lady would be down there, softening up your toenails, washing your feet. And if she was a true believer, she'd look at my feet and look up at me and go, oh, shit. Because they glow bright red when I get out of the shower. Anyways, that was just a weak attempt at it. I got better images. I don't think you guys need much more, really. To not really here to prove it. I'm just here to love you guys. All right, I'm bringing you this stuff so you'll be happy. I like happy people. Okay, and I was gonna try to plug my mic back in real quick because I was enjoying my little microphone here. Alright. Hopefully you're still with me and I'm still with you here. Can somebody give me a 5x5 on audio or whatever? Because I just replugged back in a microphone. And I just want to know if it's hooking up all the way. Alright, there we go. Why did I put one on and the other one falls off? Is this like, seriously, we're going to go all the way and run it over too? Oh my God, I just broke it now. Thank you, Lord. I love challenges. It just never ends. Alright, So let's back to where I was. I'm losing my train of thought now. So much going on. So, yeah, reasons to be happy and thankful and joyful because somebody is here talking to you and protecting you. And guess what? We're going to have justice for these criminals too. In a court where they can't get out of it. They cannot weasel their way out. There will be no attorney for them. Every single piece of evidence in the court above is from your own senses, from your sight, your smell, your taste, your touch. Every little experience that was documented by your brain goes into the soul, into the spirit, right? And then we open up the book, your brain, in the other realm, and we take a look at every single little experience you ever had, from the moment you were born until your last gasp of breath. And it's going to be shown to you forward in reverse. So what I mean by that is we will start from the day of your death. You will see that day going forward. From the moment you woke up that day, it'll all play forward like a regular video. But then after that day, we will go to the day before it and play that forward. And then the day before that and play that forward. And that's how we go forward in reverse, backward through your life up until the moment you were born. And then along that path, we're going to see who you interacted with and what you did and how you helped people along the way, how you loved people, how you hated people, how you held grudges, how you forgave, how you endured pain. Did you complain a lot? Did you have it good and you were spoiled and you complained? Or did you have it rough and you took it on the chin and just grin and bared it, right? So these are all tests that I'm putting you through. I'm testing your character. See, I want the top quality people. If you're going to chill with me and party with me for eternity, I want nothing but the best, especially for my crowd, for you people, because you're going to be there. You're already subscribed. You already liked. You're still here watching. That means you're with me. You get it? There's 27 of you right now that are truly blessed if you believe. Okay? That's where the belief part comes in. That's why it's so important to have faith and believe. Okay? Because without that, you don't stand a chance. What are you going to believe in? The fucking Easter Bunny? Is the Easter Bunny going to come save your ass here next year? No, the Easter Bunny's not going to save you. Is Joe Biden going to save you? No. Is Donald Trump going to save you? They're about to kill him or imprison him. I don't know what they're going to do to that man. He needs to be reinstated. This whole election was stolen. He's the one that should be in office. This country would be through the roof successful. The whole world would be right by now. But no, the criminals had to come in and swoop in and pull their shenanigans and shit. So I'm witnessing it all from above. I'm watching all this shit go down from above, and I'm taking notes. See, I like to take notes. Oh, you said that? Ooh, duly noted. Oh, you reacted that way? Ooh, duly noted. Oh, you did this for somebody? Ooh, duly noted. See, I'm a note taker. See, I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. I'm gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Jesus Christ is coming to town. Oh, he's already here, baby. Been here for 6 years now. Since September 10th of 2017. Been here. Actually, since October 4th. That little baby, that little image of the baby, oops, not that one. That image of the baby I showed you was when my life changed. Okay? And pretty soon you're going to be finding out more about me, and so is the rest of the world. And you're going to be the elite that were like, yeah, I was with him from the beginning, man. I knew him back when he was doing this and doing that. And I saw the first fucking cloud videos he did because I was a loyal fan. Or you're a new fan. As long as you're a fan, it doesn't matter if you've been here a long time, you're a seasoned veteran, or if you're new, welcome. I don't bite. I might snarl and spit fire every once in a while, but I don't bite. I'm a good guy. I'm pretty easygoing. Just don't get on my bad side and piss me off. And everybody seems to be doing that instead. Pushing my buttons. Resistance, 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 resistance. Every single thing I say, it's resistance from everybody. And they don't even know they're doing it. It's the problem. I get resistance from my psychiatrist. I get resistance from the doctors. They're looking at an x-ray of a shattered shoulder, and they're like, oh my God, I don't see this on dead people. I worked at the morgue for 15 years. I've never seen an injury with a lightning bolt fracture down the bone. How did you break a bone linear with a zigzag lightning bolt break down it? It's impossible. I said, well, if I told you what happened, you wouldn't believe me. So I tell him, and he goes, I don't believe that shit. Boy, was I right again. I knew you wouldn't believe me. So, therefore, I suffer. I continue to battle the world because they got it all fucking figured out, right? Oh, they know it all. That diploma and that certificate up on the wall says I'm a genius. No. It says that you ate the bowl of shit and that you're so brainwashed, all you can do is spew shit because you're full of it. You ingest shit, what goes in comes out. So if you're taking in nothing but crap on the news and violence and hatred, well, guess what comes out? But if you're over here at my channel and you're taking in some good stuff, I put some peanuts in your shit, right? Instead of just the regular news, the bullshit that you're used to watching, I put a peanut of truth or two of truth in there. And then all of a sudden people get disgusted. Oh my God, there's peanuts in my shit. Ew. Not realizing they've been eating shit the whole time. Sorry I have to use these words, but it's metaphorical. That's the only way I can get you guys to understand sometimes, is I have to use metaphors. Much like somebody else did, right? Much like before. But it works. You guys are catching on. And I'll have you know, I am I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission from God. And so are you. You are spiritual warriors. Now go get them. All right, guys. I'm here to pump you up. Go get them. Go do some nice things. It's not magic, but for lack of a better term, go perform some white magic. Do something nice. Buy somebody something. Do volunteer some work. You know, there was a field where I was homeless for a while, and I had to spare change at the gas station there. Funny thing is, it's the gas station where I go get my gas all the time now. And there will be somebody new out there panhandling, living in the field like I had to. Now, if I hadn't had help, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you guys. Doesn't that sound kind of important? If somebody hadn't helped me, I'd be dead right now, and you guys wouldn't be seeing this beautiful image or knowing this priceless knowledge. Yeah. It was a kind act by a complete stranger that saved my life on the streets that got me to this point, so I can be here alive for you, to take these beautiful images for you, okay? All because the love of a stranger. Yeah, he probably didn't even know it. He's probably looking at me, oh, you stupid bum, here's a couple bucks, dude, get yourself a beer. Actually, no, that couple bucks added to the couple bucks the other homeless lady that were sharing the bush behind the liquor store or whatever, now we can get a motel room and we won't freeze to death that night. Yeah, because there was a nasty storm coming in that would have killed everybody in that field that night. And if it wasn't for me and this other gal spare changing enough to get all these people out of the field and into a motel room, not just me, not just this other lady, but a group of us would have froze to death that night. If it wasn't for the help of a complete stranger giving $1 or $2 or a pocket change or anything adds up. You guys are sitting here donating to all these other fucking causes, these assholes that steal your money and don't perform. Why don't you go help somebody who really needs help that's right there in front of your face? So what if they're panhandling? Maybe they are going to buy a beer. Do you know that that beer is going to keep that person warm that night? And that's what's going to get them through the night? But you know that sometimes maybe it's not such a bad thing if you help these people, because all they're trying to do is survive. Wait until the shoe's on your foot. Wait until that shoe's on your foot, because that's coming. And when it happens to you, you better have some backup, some family, some friends, or else you're going to be out in that field spare changing just like I had to, okay? I'm not afraid to admit this shit. I'm an open book. I'm telling you guys this shit because I have learned some lessons in this jungle, and I'm going to pass them on to you. I'm going to give you valuable information, not a bowl of shit served up by some university that claims they're Harvard. Stiff up on lip. What are you fucking queers and clowns serious? Get the fuck out of here with your shit. Real knowledge is in the Bible. The Bible should have been taught in school from day one. Everybody would be a lot wiser, a lot smarter, a lot more peaceful, happier to help each other, not so warlike and psychotic. We have a psychotic society. It's a mass hypnosis on a scale that's global. We have a global pandemic of mass psychosis because people have been brainwashed since birth, all the way through school, all the way through church, all the way through the media, and all you guys have been fed is nothing but lies, 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 lies. And in a world of lies, the truth sounds crazy, doesn't it? And that's the reality I have to live in with you people. Not you people, but with society in general. You people are nothing but angels and little gods. Ye are gods, little do you know. And I'm going to show you how to tap into your godlike qualities of courage, of integrity, of morals. I do this because I love you all. It's not easy for me to do this. I do not like presenting it this way. I am not a egotistical maniac. I am trying to be as humble about all this as possible. But it still doesn't change what's happening to me. Okay? And I think if you guys look around, you recognize that all the signs are going down, and that this just coincides. This is not fake. This is not CGI. I don't know how to do that shit. I'm working with a broken phone and a freaking used laptop out of the thrift store. These are pictures I took, and in this video, right here, I show you the line of pictures starting from over here going all the way across are frame after frame. Each one is similar, but they're slightly different just in seconds apart. And it went for an hour, and I have over 1,000 photos of this event. So, you gonna deny 1,000 different pictures? I made up 1,000 different fakes? For what? To use 20 of them in a stack and show you the Lion of Judah? The Lion of Judah is here. The Lion of the tribe of Judah is here. And just like last time, folks, I don't know where Hollywood gets off fucking brainwashing you people this way, But what makes you think that Jesus coming back the second time wouldn't be anything like the first? He would be walking in the flesh as a man like last time. Been here walking as a man this whole time. Caught you off guard. Just like I said it would. But now, you guys, not so off guard anymore, are you? You're a little more enlightened, we'll say, huh? Let's zoom in a little bit more. Right there, so you can see it. Not too close, but just right. I guess it was the previous image. I tried to zoom in a tad bit closer for you guys, but I think you can still see it. All right, that's a real miracle, folks. Happened on Easter over Walmart in Carson City, Nevada. Yes, sirree. Residing here in Carson City, the capital of Nevada. 'Cause California ran me out. Yep, California. I couldn't afford to live there. I was born in the city of Angels and raised in South Lake Tahoe. And I can't afford that state anymore, so I left and went to Nevada, where I was raised on the state line anyway. So I'm a redneck anyway, a good old boy. So I'm down in the valley instead. I let all the fools shovel the snow now. I just go up there, do snow removal, make money off of them. Unfortunately, I'm disabled now, and at the time of the season where the business is good, I'm out of the game. But that's okay. I got other business to take care of. Apparently, snow blowing ain't the most important thing in the world. There's other things that need to be done and taken care of. Alright, I rambled on for what, 3 hours? Holy crap, this is like my longest one ever. Alright, probably bored you guys to death too. Or maybe not. Anyway, I gotta get going. Gotta shut off the lights before everybody gets up. I fake like I'm asleep and everything. So, y'all have a good night. Or good morning. Y'all brace for impact. Okay? Coming back over here. Just for a little update real quick. See what the latest... Oh, they filled it all in again. Good. Boom. Let's just go through this real quick. Alright. Everybody brace for impact. Let's back up. Please, Lord. Right? Starting right here. This is 5 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. local time, or local time here. Wow, did you guys hear that? Did you guys? Oh, I hope that mic picked that one up. Oh man, I hope the mic picked that one up. Anyways, let's move on. That was spooky. Did you guys hear that voice? And besides mine, never mind. Hopefully it picked it up. I'll see you later. So I gotta get back. Business. So here we are, 5 a.m. Pacific. This is 7 a.m. in this zone, April 4th. We are at April 3rd right now. So we are talking 24 hours from right now. All right, 24 hours from right now is when this event is going to start. So the clock starts ticking right now. 23 hours, 59 minutes. Until this event starts to cut loose, okay? And then now this frame is 11 a.m. This is 1 p.m. April 4th as it starts to congeal at the midday apex of convection. Max convection here at 7 p.m. This will be a lot bigger and broader than this. More convection happening overnight. It actually grows in size at nighttime. I've never seen, well, I've seen that before in a thunderhead, but not in a friggin' land hurricane like this. So at nighttime, from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m., that's 6 hours right there. That part of the country is going to be waking up. Boom. It's going to get hit. Ice is going to travel from here all the way up. They're going to be waking up to ice. Virtual hell. As all this erupts, this whole area is all prone for tornadoes. Even though you don't see any yellow in there, it will be enhanced, I'm sure. Here come some of these yellow splotches. These are the ones I don't like because of the pop-up thunderstorms that pop out in front of them. These are the most dangerous ones, okay? So we have an event like the other day, but even more intensified, even bigger and even stronger. Okay, and you see how it's back down here in Tennessee again. All of this, not just the yellow. Every state from here on over is going to have some kind of either tornado event, giant wind event. In Chicago, they had to sound the sirens, not for a tornado, but for a derecho, because the 80 to 90 mile an hour winds that this storm is comprised of, the entire storm, comprised of 80 to 90 mile an hour of winds, probably in excess of 100 in this case. So I bet you we see straight line winds in excess of 100 miles an hour in this storm. So regardless of tornado or not, watch out for straight line winds, huge hail, ice, okay? This is the perfect storm, the perfect killing storm. I don't like to say perfect storm because perfection is a good thing. This is a bad thing. Almost not the imperfect storm, but the inconvenient truth. The inconvenient storm. Yeah, it'll definitely be inconvenient. It's the inconvenient truth that's very scary about this storm. Okay? All the images I showed you of demons and angels and stuff, that shit shouldn't scare you. This should. Okay? This is God talking to you through the instruments, warning you, watch out, take cover, evacuate, prepare, stock up, brace for impact, brace for aftermath. That's what you need to brace for, is aftermath. You saw what happened at with the first tornado. Oh God. Oh, with the fork tornado, the rolling fork tornado. Okay, you saw what that thing did. Then we had the outbreak. Now we're going to have an outbreak of rolling fork tornadoes. You're going to combine both events together and have fire, ice, rolling fork tornadoes, huge hail, high winds, derecho, straight line winds. I think pretty much every weather aspect that's out there, even ones that don't exist yet, will be performing in this storm. This looks like a giant question mark. I kind of see God giving us a giant, big kind of question mark. Who's going to live through this and who's not? The believers are going to live through it. Non-believers are going to... Everybody's going to suffer. Everybody has to suffer. It's unfortunate, but let's just say non-believers will have strength, more strength than the believers will have more strength to deal with their situation than the non-believers will. The non-believers will lose their minds, lose everything, and not have the courage, strength, fortitude, and stamina to continue on. This is really going to test people. We're gonna find out the men from the boys. Okay? And unfortunately, the women and children are going to be dying in the process if their men do not pull their heads out of their asses and save their women and children in this area. That's on them. Okay? Even the women should know well enough now. Even children should know well enough now. This is serious, and to take this serious. Okay? Alright? You know me. I'm going to be doing as much praying as I can to absorb as much of this as I can for you guys, okay? But this is a big monster, and I'm just one man. And it likes to attack me, but it likes to attack other things too. And I can't be in that part of the country at this moment. And neither should you. I think that's about it, because I gotta go. I love you all. God bless you all. Until my next video, I'll be back. I am back. But I'll be back with a vengeance.